Welcome, everyone.
Excuse me, some totally normal human phlegm in my throat. Welcome, everyone, to ESChamp and to another season of ProBots. That is right. It is the year 2021, and we are here after a long wait, and we are thrilled to bring you Season 2 here on ESChamp. We've got shiny new bots, some dazzling new artwork for our subscribers, and we've also got 16 bots going head-to-head. We've got our 4 qualifying bots from last season, as well as the 12 top bots from the AI Arena ladder. They're starting Season 2 right now, so definitely go check out their what's going on over there at AIarena.net. They've even split up into 2 new segments, so newer bot authors, you can have a nice little ladder to practice on or get introduced to how it all works. Hopefully we'll see some new faces there, but we've got a great new video on our videos page here on ESChamp to how to get started on making your own bot. Check out how to quickly start with a VeTerran bot in Python. You'll see that in some of our recent videos. And as always, make sure you bookmark our forum to stay up to date with what is going on here at ESChamp. And make sure you can become a member. You can get all sorts of cool new perks. We do behind the scenes content. You can now use Super Chat in YouTube. I don't know how that works, but you're all smart, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and get things started. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in once again to ESChamp.
It's time for ProBots.
I'm ready. Are you ready, Dave? Welcome.
I'm pretty ready. Excellent. Here we are, Season 2, back to the robots. Do humans even play this game anymore? Why do they bother? We've got robots.
There's no point. Yeah, we've got bots doing it, and these bots are looking so good. Like I said, we've got some returning bots from last season, and even some new bots that have been dominating on the ladder, on the AIarena.net ladder. Who are you most excited to see, do you think?
Well, I think I'm excited to see all these new ones that I haven't really witnessed before. So I think Eris, VeTerran, I don't know what it is.
VeTerran.
VeTerran.
It's like veteran.
Like veteran? Okay.
Yeah, like veteran.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me. So yeah, I'm eager to see those. Some of them mention like interesting features that they have that set them apart. So yeah, I'm sure that I'm always eager to see the new things.
Definitely. Yeah, we've got a bunch of new stuff for you. We have new artwork as well, like I mentioned earlier. So check out our Crown Club membership. If you haven't, you'll get access to that artwork, our behind the scenes content. We do some extra shows here for ProBots. And yeah, we've got some awesome stuff lined up for you. Big shout out as well to our production in the background. Drek Sama is running the show, and we've got Laddie and Peter keeping things looking smooth for you. So definitely let us know how you like things. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the YouTube, however that works. Get us some visibility here. Hopefully you like what you see. But yeah, let's check out our bracket and get things rolling here, or our matches for tonight. So like I said before, we have 16 bots going at it. A handful of mostly returning bots, but a few new ones as well. Like you just mentioned, Eris, one of the new bots. Creepmind, also new as well. So this is going to be a fun day of games, I think.
Yeah, 3 new ones tonight.
3 new ones just tonight alone.
Yeah. And of course our old classics of Tier, SharpenedEdge, both high level, and GensiBot, the microbot of champions or something.
Yeah.
And of course Antibot and Spudde as well, familiar faces coming back. So yeah, I think this is a good one. It'll be a good display because we got like 3 new ones against some known entities. And yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and Tier is last season's winner, our last Season 1's victor there, so we're going to see some interesting games out of him, I'm sure. Always kind of the wild card of the ProBots group. So he's going up against our new bot, Creepmind, created by Ammo. Now, most of these bots are in Python, but we've got a couple in C#. We have one, VeTerran, is in Go. Are you familiar with Go at all?
The only thing that I can imagine happened is AlphaGo learned to play the game well enough that you can now code with black and white, like little pieces. And so I think that's what he did. He turned a Go board into binary, and coded a bot with it.
I don't know enough to argue that, or know if you actually...
It's probably not entirely accurate, but I imagine it's something like that.
Something like that. I'm sure somebody will let us know. Is Tier? Yeah, we do have Protoss is what Tier will be playing. That is our first match coming up tonight, actually. Tier versus Creepmind. That'll be a nice Terran versus Zerg here. So get comfortable, everybody. We're gonna dive into our first game very shortly. Like I said earlier as well, if you are a new bot author and you want to get started on a bot, we've got some links in the description below, and you can get started. We've got a cool new video that we just did, a bunch of new stuff, some new interviews with some pro players and that kind of thing. So definitely go check out our video page here on ESChamp. But here's our full bracket. Look at all those bots, Dave. Isn't it beautiful?
That is a lot of bots and a lot of good new names. Prism Beams. Prism Beams sounds cool. I don't know what that's going to do. Sharkbot sounds cool. I'm
gonna go out on a limb and say Prism Beam probably does void rays.
It probably does. Here. I'm also gonna hope and pray that Sharkbot in chat sings the Baby Shark song.
Oh no, please no.
I
hope they don't evolve to that level.
Just in a loop, and yeah.
We do well. They do have their intro that they submit. Is that what you're talking about when they play the bot intro?
That should be part of
yeah. Have the Baby Shark song play.
Yeah.
We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, Tier versus Creepmind coming up first. We've got SharpenedEdge returning versus VeTerran. GensiBot versus Antibot will be after our break tonight, and then Eris versus Spudde to wrap it up. And make sure you tune in next week. Again, hit the little follow button, the bell, whatever it is here on YouTube, and bookmark everything you can to make sure you're back next week to see Micro Machine go up against Prism Beams. Micro Machine, always one of the top bots on the ladder in ProBots, just an all-around dominating bot. So definitely a bit of a challenge for any new bot, I would imagine.
Definitely is true. Chad is telling us Go is a Google created language. So I wasn't that far off when you think about it.
Pokemon was coded. Oh, is that a joke?
Yeah, I think that is a joke.
You got me good. I thought it was real first. I was like, Pokemon was. Oh, wait a second. All right, we've got a poll for our first match coming up. We all know you love to vote for things. So we're going to get our little poll and let us know who you think is going to win. Again, Tier, our Protoss champion from Season 1, will be going up against a brand new Zerg we had never before seen on Probots, Creepmind, created by Ammo, that is in Python. And then Tier, of course, programmed in C#. But yeah, do we have notes? I'm looking for notes. No, we do not have any notes yet, but we will soon if the bot authors have or will submit some notes on their bots, kind of some strengths and weaknesses and that kind of thing. But I have been told to mention that Creepmind, this is very important, Creepmind is built in the Sharpie SC2 framework for Python. So most of the code was written by Infi, the author of SharpenedEdge. So a lot of credit going to him, and then a little bit of flair of their own, which, that's a way to make a bot. That's how a lot of new bot authors, I would imagine, start out, is you just kind of take an old existing bot and tweak it and change it a little bit to have your own style, your own ideas to it. So, but yeah, big shout out to Infi for that framework as well. A lot of very good resources available. You can check out the AI Arena Discord and talk to all these guys and get started on your own bot soon. But yeah, here we go. Let's take a look at our bots first. Tier, our resident Thanos. Will he snap this new Zerg into oblivion, or does our new Zerg have a chance?
He's got to win slightly less so that he wins exactly 50% of the time.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit too well there.
Just perfectly balanced is what he should be aiming for. But I love the 0 crash percent.
Yeah, that is good.
Especially given the number of builds that Tier does, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's 50 plus bill. I'm sure it's got to be up to almost 100 or something at this point. I don't know. But Creepmind, new on the bot, also a pretty good win rate there. A little bit of a crash percentage, and that's very average to see a few crashes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, looking good. Made by Ammo in Python. I love a PVZ to start things off.
Oh, me too. And they seem ELO-wise evenly matched, and we'll see what they're up to. Apparently, Creepmind does some roach tunneling claw micro. That could be effective. So let's see what goes on.
Yeah, there's still things that we do not see yet in ProBots. We need more nukes. We need more storm drops. We need. There's a variety of things we need to see.
Yeah, I want more hidden bases.
hidden bases.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of that.
We
There
got a
are
little
some
bit of
bots
that,
that just,
yeah.
well, they don't really hide it. They just kind of expand like crazy
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain 3 or 4 base point, most bots will just start trying to take over the map because they have the money.
Yeah.
Their macro's so good, you might
True.
as well just keep getting bases. All right, we're ready. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. That is enough talking on our end. Let's go ahead and dive into our first match here in Season 2 of ProBots, our first night. Let's hop into this PvZ.
I say that.
There's archived updates.
You're a note.
Tears. Tier. Ammos. Creepmind.
So one of the very important updates that Tier has made is that the Zealot, when placed in the natural wall, will dance.
Isn't
There-
it? That was from last season,
I
right?
think
Or
it
no?
was- yeah,
Did he do it
I
last
think
season?
it's in his notes. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was part of his final submission last season. So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
what I
if
thought.
yeah.
So yeah, we don't have any. It looks like no updates so far just yet, but that's what I was looking for. Anyway, we are here on Blackburn for our first game, our first best of 3. These are all best of 3s. Again, a double elimination format for this tournament. So if whichever bot loses tonight, oh, there's your hidden base right there.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. I like it already.
Yeah,
I like it. Creepmind.
nicely. But yeah. Anyway,
Creepmind reader. Am I right?
oh yeah, that was a pretty slick little idea. Well, and especially on this map, that gold base can really pay off if it goes unscouted. But yeah, whichever bot loses here will go down to our lower bracket. So all hope is not lost for them. But yeah, nice wall off tier. Going to be going for an early base as well. But I love that gold idea on this map. I hope to see more bots taking advantage of that, actually.
Yes. Yeah, it does add a little variety to it. And like that fact that you can code a much more map specific sort of thing is always good to see. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
we're really
maps-
getting into that now.
Yeah. And there he's taking the other one too. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Double gold. Wow. Well, and so if Tier scouts things, Tier does a pretty good job at shutting proxies or whatever it is down. Tier is very adaptive from what I've seen. But yeah, as it is, 2 zealots getting pumped out, 2 golds on the way. We'll see where these zealots go. I would imagine they're just going to go straight to the other side. Maybe they'll all just kind of hold and mass up a bit of a zealot attack here. I don't know. It's hard to say with Tier.
Yeah, it is hard to say what he does and what he knows or is coded against. It's not unprecedented for him to basically code stuff directly for an opponent. So I don't know if he has played Creepmind and has a counter to it, or is aware that the bot does things like this.
How do you have 0.3 army?
I don't know.
Interesting. I do.
Yeah.
That is probably the most important statistic
yeah.
for Creepmind to have, though, is that creep coverage.
Creep coverage.
Currently at 5%.
You need it. You need it.
That's a cool. That's a
mean
cool
that.
thing to see, actually.
Army prediction point. Yeah, 0.3
God,
versus 5.8. I don't know what that is.
5
or
base
28.
undersword.
Yeah.
Does he even have
I
a pool yet?
Yeah. Yes, he
Yeah,
does,
okay.
but that's it. I also like if you go to that, not only is it the 0.3 army, but its declaration was that 0.3 versus 28 is even. That was its that's its declaration.
That's maybe it's just some kind of math we don't. We're just
yeah.
too primitive to understand this complex bot math undersword.
They don't look even.
Nah, that's because you're not an advanced AI who can play StarCraft.
That's true. That's true. See how it works out. See how it works out as he's up to 5 bases already. Tier is being relatively passive at this point. There's drones kind of going everywhere.
At what point are they no longer hidden bases and just normal bases that you've taken over the entire map with?
Yeah, I think it's kind of. I will say the hardest race to hide a base with is Zerg, because you can't just put the base there And
Oh, the
there's
creep.
no
Yeah.
well, creep is there,
We'll
and
give it away.
any of your units will run from there. So if you try and make lings there, they're going to
Oh,
see
yeah.
the lings are coming from the north, and why is that?
Yeah, that makes sense. Catch the rally or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as it is, he's just making drones. Does he have any army? Yeah, he's got a little bit.
Tiny.
Some more queens coming out. Tiny bit.
0.3.
So far, it's working out. Tyr's been quite passive. He is building up a bit of a gateway army there. And finally, some more tech. A robotics facility is on the way. But yeah, if Creepmind's allowed to just keep going at it here, 2 gold bases, Hydralisk Den about to finish, all the gases. Interesting placement for the Roach Warren, but
That's where it goes.
As long as it doesn't get seen.
Pretty standard. I wonder if this is intentional, but that blocks the gap in the mineral.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So
maybe
I don't
just
know
to
if he
keep
did
things
that on
away a little
purpose.
bit.
Yeah. Creep coverage is now at 18.6%. Just visually, that doesn't look right, but I trust it.
I don't know. Yeah, about 20, almost 20% of the map, a fifth.
Also, at 0.3 to 28 was even, but now 10 to 32 is a clear disadvantage.
Well, that makes a little more sense.
I mean, that makes more sense, but it makes less sense given the first result. It's now closer, but worse.
Closer but worse. I'm just confused how it got 0.3 of an army still. I'm very curious about that. Mortals are on the way out finally. +1 attack as well. So Tyr is just going for kind of one of his classic 2 base pushes here. He's just going to keep sitting at home defensively against any aggression, which there is none coming out of Creepmind, and then we'll see him push. So this is really going to be up to Creepmind to react accordingly and build the correct army, enough army. Finally, we do have a ton of roaches on the way.
Yeah, and he is getting the burrow, the tunneling claws. This will be interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Tyr is just going to expand here. Yeah, he did supply block Creepmind there for a second, but yeah, here come the roaches.
Yes, there is an observer on the way, so the burrow might not be totally effective. It's not even done yet, though, and Tyr will be able to find one of these bases, kind of like you had just mentioned. The rally of the roaches is like pulling this army up here, and now they know the bases. Here, Zug.
Zug, okay.
Is that a Zerg thing?
I don't know. It's almost a chess thing, but not quite.
Yeah. What's the chess thing?
Zugzwang. Is it Warcraft? Okay.
Oh, the burrow coming in clutch. Look at that. 2 roaches saved. As they get low, they burrow. The observer is not around. I have no idea where the observer is. The immortal is able to get a couple kills here, but each roach is doing a pretty good job. Oh, there we go. As the observer comes up, though, the roaches are going to start to get hunted. But they were doing a great job at burrowing, really splitting up. Each one really had its own kind of mind going on there.
Yeah, definitely. The army supply is way in Creepmind's favor. It's just not really like assembled together in a way that's able to bring an attack yet. But if it does kind of meet up in the middle here, then it will start to become overwhelming, I guess.
Yeah. That observer almost negates this burrow play completely, though. It is still making it difficult for Tyr to deal with, because he has to have...
Yeah, because he's on like 2 or 3 sides here, basically. You can't have it in all places at once.
Exactly.
Here it comes. That has now jumped to 81 to 26. Clear advantage.
Wow, Creepmind with just some immediate quick macro, and now he's just going to be able to flood and overwhelm Tyr, I think. Even with 2 immortals and some stalkers holding this wall here, the wall is starting to crumble, and there's just too many roaches.
Yeah, too much here. I mean, he's going to do this in like a cost-inefficient way, but it's still going to work.
Is he being sarcastic? I can't. So, oh no, you're hurting my roaches. My poor roaches are getting so damaged here. I mean, look how red they are, to be fair.
Yeah. No, he's microing back the red ones really well. I wonder if it has abandoned the burrow because it knows there's detection. Okay, there one goes under.
Well, I don't see the observer anymore. Did the observer?
It's right there by the sentry.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. He's up north.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 of them, actually.
There's 2 out now. Okay, I see it now. Either way, Tyr's been knocked down to 1 base. He will get his Colossus range denied there. Thermal Lance will not happen. And that's going to be a quick win out of Creepmind with how many? He took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 12 bases of the 13 available on the map. I'm sorry, of the 14 available on the map.
The closing statement, we are belligerent and numerous. I like it. That would have been a much better Borg quote.
A what quote?
Borg.
Oh,
We are-
Borg quote.
Yeah, we are the Borg.
Yeah,
We are
belligerent.
belligerent and numerous.
Hold on, I've got a voice for that.
Do it up.
We are belligerent. We are numerous.
I
Something
like
like
it.
that.
I like it.
All right,
yeah.
so good game there. Out of Creepmind, already showing some hot stuff here. Really good play against Tier. Tier, a little too passive maybe. I'd like to maybe see Tier, and Tier usually does switch it up from game to game, but I'd like to see maybe some of Tier's antics a little bit. I know it rabbles people, and so it gets them all rabbled, and I love the worker rush,
Worker rushes are good. I think it's like we keep saying. It's just it's entry stakes. It's table stakes to get in. Like if you can't deal with it, then people should exploit it.
Well, it's almost similar to just all the GSL with partying blocking with the pylon. If you can do it, why not? It's not against the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
No, definitely a little bit of sniping last season going on. I think this season will get knocked down a little bit, make it a little bit harder. Just the way we have our submission set up does try to make that a little bit more difficult. But hey, I like a good worker rush every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what tier... we still got a little bit of time here. While we wait, Endersword, have you hit the thumbs up button yet?
I have hit the thumbs up button. It made the number go up.
By how many?
YouTube, just one.
Just
but
one?
If we all do it, it'll be more than that collectively. That's
what we're looking for.
That's how integers work. It will increase incrementally.
If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Give us a little visibility here.
Actually,
Is the moral of that.
see if we can violate it. See if you guys can click it enough that we actually end it with a 0.3. Someone just subtracted one.
I changed my mind. I don't like that.
Yeah.
All right, game 2 between Tier and Creepmind is ready to go. Let's hop into it.
Tears. Tier. Ammos. Creepmind.
And we are here on Oxide as our next map. I love getting some new maps in here because we have 2 new maps, right? Or is this all the same maps as last season? I forgot to
No,
check.
yeah, these are definitely not from last season.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. It
Nice.
updated right after. Yeah. This was the first time we caught up.
So we are on the latest patch officially.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the benefit of Blizzard
Hell yeah.
slacking off.
yeah, yeah. If they don't keep updating, we finally have time to catch up.
Yeah.
No, we are here on Oxide. It's awesome to see some new maps. The score will be updated here in case anybody is rabbling about that at home. Yes, Infi is rabbling about it. No, he's not. Welcome, everybody. By the way, to Season 2 of ProBots, we've got Mind Me, Infi hanging out. Some of our bot authors, Lido and Aaron here, one of our Crown Club members. Quick Hatch, Crossroads, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is going to be a great season. We've got 7 weeks of games, and then our grand finals, which we'll eventually be doing live once more. Maybe not this season, but hopefully soon. Maybe.
You know.
Maybe next season, says our producer.
All right.
But anyway, this is going to be awesome. I'm very excited. We'll do our humans versus bots show match at the end again, I'm sure. So again, make sure y'all join the forum and all that to stay up to date with what's going on. And become a Crown Club member because you're going to get some cool perks like priority tickets to our live events once we do them.
Exactly.
Very important. You get to
seeing
meet
people
Anderson.
in person will be legal again soon.
One day. We'll all have to wear bubbles or something, but that's fine.
Clearly. It's fine.
Ooh, what's going on here? Okay, so just taking every base again. We've got the drone escapade going out. Has Tier has switched it up already, Undersword. He's got
Yeah, it looks like he's doing the one base build. We got
Yeah.
the Robo coming, and I think that will be a lot better. But bots are notoriously bad at like mopping up in an efficient way. So it's quite possible that you could get to the main of your opponent. And if the other three bases have been kind of still going, especially since he put in the first game is Roach Warren in another location, that unless it finds all these bases and stuff, he could counter if Tier is just on one base.
Yeah, definitely. I think if Tier just attacks on one base, that might be his best scenario, honestly. Just because, what time did that Roach Warren come down? It was 6 minutes. It was pretty late. Yeah, it was a while in.
He basically got up to 79 workers before he built an army.
Yeah. Well, and here we go. Oh, do it. Is he going to push? He is.
Looks like it.
All right, the brave zealots with their immortal companion are going to venture to the Zerg side of things. And yeah, if it's just going to be Ling streaming in from, this way and that, as long as Tier can keep his forces consolidated and together, he'll be able to fight this very effectively, I think. But yeah, like you said, he's going to have to go around and mop up, which is that'll be the real challenge, I think. We'll see how that works out. Tier pretty good at identifying and searching around and scouting around, though, for. So once he clears out the main, he should instantly be like, oh, I haven't won yet? Well, I'm going to go search everywhere else.
And I guess a key here, too, if he takes out the pool, then that just delays everything. It's not like he'd have another backup structure built.
Oh, wow, you're right. No Lings would be able to be produced. No Roach Warren would be able to come down. I think that would be an amazing snipe. And yeah, here we go. No Lings even on the way, so it looks like Creepmind is actually a nice drone pull to kind of try to deal with this. But yeah, no Lings being produced is interesting. Just no reaction to an attack. It's going to wait until it's ready for roaches, I guess.
Yeah, so we'll lose the pool. We'll lose the queen to the single zealot here. Good micro on both accounts. Yeah.
Oh my!
He's actually started a lair instead, and he wants to rebuild that in the same place. So. Yeah, unfortunately, not adapting to the conditions.
Yep, has one goal in mind. It's to get to those burrow roaches and just dominate. And if you let Creepmind do so, we saw in game one that those burrow roaches are just going to be too much to handle. But here we go with Tier with a beautiful one base attack, 2 immortals now. Now begins the cleanup process. He has got to. Oh, look at that! He's adapting a little bit.
Yeah.
Tier's going to go around and try to mop all this up now.
I think he only did this because he literally lost the creep in the location that he wanted to put it. Yeah.
Oh boy, a couple queens getting caught here as well. All right, now begins the hunting game. Maybe let's speed up this just a little bit because it's going to be whack-a-mole of hatcheries at this point.
Yeah, he'll find the lair here and take that out at least, which is at least the second best thing to the pool. But I like this. He gets an infestation.
Interesting.
Yeah, infestation pit. But what he doesn't have is gas. So he's going to struggle making anything even with that. Yeah, it's still just going as if everything's normal. He's getting burrow, but he doesn't have. Does he have a Roach Warren somewhere?
No, I don't think he got one done. I was watching the production tab pretty close, and I never saw one. So
yeah, so I think it's following the plan, but the plan is gone. I mean, maybe it's the burrow infestors.
Wow, drones are very brave as well. It's commendable to be so brave, but as a drone, it might behoove you to just run into a different hatchery instead of trying to fight this. But yeah, that is going to be, I believe, game number 2 for Tier, which brings us to my most favorite scenario in the world, an ace match.
You do love this.
Endersword. It's our first game, our first match, and we have an ace match. It is. I do love ace matches. Wow.
They're pretty good.
And there it is.
I like calling it the rubber match, but I don't know if that's even correct.
I haven't heard that term since like 2011 or something.
It feels like a baseball term.
I feel didn't Tasteless always call it that?
He did
so it's called the rubber match. Yeah. What is it? I don't even understand because it bounced back and forth between the two. Is rubber's bouncy?
I think that might be it. Yeah, it just means. I think it's originally used. It's the deciding game in cricket, but then it definitely got adopted into baseball. But I think, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
the
I know.
cricket ball is made of it's not even rubber. I was thinking it's like wooden almost. So I don't know why it's called that, but that's what it's called.
All right. Well, we're getting our ace match loaded up here. Again, thank you for joining us. If you are just tuning in, be sure to hit the thumbs up if you like what you see. We're going to have some fun stuff coming up throughout the season as well. Some new segments. We'll be returning with PostBots. So check out our Crown Club membership to get access to that. We're even going to be doing some little highlights of the AI Arena ladder to give you some sneak peeks as to what's going on there. So again, aspiring bot makers, make sure you check out our links below to get a new bot. We need more bots, especially since AI Arena just split up and they're testing 2 leagues essentially. So you've got your top tier league where you've got bots like Micro Machine and Ketrock and all our last season's bots. But then we've got a newer league where new bots, or if you want to test a bot or something like that. Just I don't know all the details on it, and please, do correct me if I'm lying or something in chat here. But new bot makers, we always encourage new people to get on board and check out our videos. But here we are. It is time for Game 3 to decide who will be moving on in the upper bracket. Who will get knocked down? Will it be Tier? Will it be Creepmind? Let's find out.
Rubber match.
Tears. Tier. Ammos. Creepmind.
Did you just hear tropical birds?
I did.
Okay, I'm making sure I'm not having a stroke.
Are they on the map?
I don't know.
I don't know where they are.
Well, this map
here.
is 2,000 atmospheres. No, I do not believe there are builds. Check this out. Previous result loss.
Build with Uber macro.
Ooh, some
12.
Adaptation.
Yeah, going to 12 pool version 4.
I like this.
Wide variety of 12 pools.
You can do 12 pool into Roachhorn, right? Or 12 pool into another hatch, or
sometimes
right, something like that.
It's usually 12 pool into either winning or losing immediately.
Yeah.
But who knows? And Tier is not walling off, so he's built at his Nexus.
Uh-oh.
See how that goes. It depends what he makes here. If he starts 2 Zealots basically immediately, then he might be okay. There's at least one.
This is like a really interesting game of rock, paper, scissors almost. Because both bots are kind of doing the same thing. I lost a game. I got to switch it up. Tier did that in game 2. He's like, okay, I lost game 1 with my 2 base. I'm just going to attack quicker, in game 2. And he took a win here. But now Creepmind has switched it up. Tier, I would imagine, is going to be doing just a 1 base build once again. Maybe you get that Robo as soon as that Cybercore worked because, the game won. So why not do it again?
For sure.
Where are those lings at? Oh, there they are. But this time it could really bite him in the butt. There is 1 Zealot out, but 6 Zerglings is a lot for 1 Zealot to handle. He is going to take a decent fight on the ramp, though.
It's going okay. Probes are coming to help, but only 3 of them really commit to it. Nice pullback, though. Loses 1, and then the other Zealots are going to pop.
I guess the biggest thing here is just the lost mining time, but all in all, pretty well held out of Tier.
Yeah, basically a Zealot and a drone or a probe for all that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Again, slows down things a little.
Does a little bit. They're the army prediction. Currently 2.3 to 26.
What is that 0.3? What counts as 0.3 army? I have to
overwhelming disadvantage. Yes. I wonder if the queen
got it. Hey, he did.
The queen does. There might be some waiting. Like he says, the queen is 0.3 because I'm not going to bring it. I don't know what it is because it had the 0.3 and it probably only a queen existed at the time it said that. So that's what I'm basing it on.
That's a good guess. We're going to go with that for now. That seems the most logical.
Yeah, I know that a rook is worth 5, but I don't think that comes into play.
Little dance going on. These Zerglings definitely aren't going to want to engage up this ramp, though.
Yeah,
There's a lot of zealots here.
That's
see if
true
he
too.
recognizes.
The workers could be 0.3, but it's always been 0.3. There's been no other decimal.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's been a consistent. So yeah, good zealot wall there, barely staying alive because he did not micro those back.
Zealots don't micro back. Zealots are brave and they stand and fight. All right.
They always complain about not being able to hold.
That's
But then they just stand there. They're the number one unit that you want to hold, and then they fucking bitch about it all the time.
Oh goodness. I do think it's interesting how Creepmind identified the overwhelming disadvantage, but still decided to attack at the base of a ramp against zealots.
That's very true.
Interesting logic
There's
there.
a light pressure.
All right, well, here comes Tyr's attack, the one base push. Will there be enough lings out? No Roach Warren. Again, this time it is just going to be mass speedling, and hey, with a big surround, I guess anything is possible. That that lair is never going to finish. I don't think. It might finish just as he dies here.
Yeah, well, that's what happened last time.
We'll see. Yeah, this does not look like enough Zerglings to me. It's only 5 Zealots, 2 of which are very damaged. But oh no, if he lets him get right to the ramp again, this is a pretty good choke for the Zealots with a little bit of additional mortal support. One more Zealot, one more Immortal gonna come in.
With
I think it's enough.
Yeah. The Queens are certainly doing some work here. I think they are eventually going to clear this out and kind of leave. Okay, just barely, but the Lings are gone, so now it's fine.
Creepmind needs to work on his math a little bit.
Yeah, that's so at least you've seen it different. He's going to like 2 decimal points of precision, and yet is horribly wrong.
Well, the math is there. You know, he's saying the army, but he just is. He's getting the wrong answer from it.
Yeah.
2 Immortals will finish off last couple Queens. 10 more Zerglings are on the way. Not a lot of reinforcements are across the map yet, so 10 Zerglings could get a decent little round. Okay, finally, another Zealot and Immortal show up just in time, and with some good kiting, I think Tyr's just going to be able to snowball this into a victory and into a win, moving him up the winner's bracket there. So, yeah, proving why he was last season's top dog. Even with some nice adaptation out of Creepmind. I did really like the switch up doing the 6 pool. Again, it did delay things. Just needs a little different follow-up and needs to either save up all the Zerglings for, again, that surround or just rush right into Ravagers or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of wonder about I wonder what other builds Creepmind has, because just from a strategic point of view, if you went crazy macro and lost, you probably lost because your opponent went 1 base. So if you switch then to a 12 pool, your opponent is probably still doing a 1 base because it just won with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So it would make more sense if it switched to like a 2 or 3 base timing.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, I think it was the wrong thing to switch to. I don't know whether it's random or what it's based on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Hey, not bad though. Taking a nice win. I do love the Uber macro build. Really punishes the passivity. So, and I'm thinking bots like Gensi Bot is incredibly strong, but sometimes sits back at home a little bit and doesn't drop. Has gotten better as seasons have gone on. We are seeing some more harass and stuff out of Gensi, but just that slower beginning will really favor Creepmind in that lower bracket if he goes up against anything like that again.
Yeah,
but good stuff. It killed a single Zealot. Killed a bunch. At the very beginning, it killed. Yeah, the 12 pool only killed a single Zealot.
It killed a Zealot and a probe.
And a probe. Yeah, 1 probe. Yeah, correct. All right. Well, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. This is Season 2 of ProBots 2021. We've got more games coming up for you, some more best of 3s. But first, we have to acknowledge our beautiful Crown Club members for their support and just their undying love. We love you guys so much. And we've got some awesome artwork for you in the Discord or in your email. You should have received that already. If you did not, let us know. But that awesome Zealot portrait, and we'll have hopefully some more coming up in future seasons as well. But yeah, check all that out. But yeah, let's do a shout out here to our Crown Club. Thank you, Daniel, for your support. That's a new name. I'm
Yeah,
interested
I
in that
haven't
one.
seen that one yet.
So welcome to the Crown
He's
Club.
right there.
If you are,
He's right there.
well, there he is. Yeah,
Scrolling.
Daniel. But yeah, you can check out all our Crown Club members scrolling down below us there. Big shout out to everybody. A bunch of new Crown Club members, so that's awesome to see.
I'm
Thank you all.
impressed that we have the technology to put the accent over the end.
Yeah,
Somebody did that correctly.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Did they? I wonder. Now, here's the real question: did they finally remove my name from being on there twice?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on that.
Keep an eye on
Oh,
it.
they did.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Okay.
big improvements here on ESChamp. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, again, big shout out to our production, keeping things fresh and keeping it running smooth here. But yeah, we've got another best of 3 coming up. Undersword, are you excited?
Yes, I am. I am pretty excited.
Do you know who's coming up next?
I forget already,
I'll tell you.
but it's a new one.
It is a new one.
Is it VeTerran yet?
VeTerran.
Is it VeTerran? That's what I
VeTerran,
meant.
like veteran, but
Veteran. Yeah. Versus not Spudde.
You're so close. I can tell you.
SharpenedEdge.
You're right. Ding, 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 ding. We have got an amazing game coming up for you. SharpenedEdge, Protoss programmed in Python versus a brand new bot here to ProBots. VeTerran is our Terran programmed in Go, new learning language in my boat. I've never seen that one, so I'll do a little research.
It's syntactically similar to C, but it has memory safety and garbage collection.
Oh, yeah. I don't fully know what that means, but it sounds cool and efficient and organized.
I mean, memory. Who doesn't want memory safety?
Right?
Like that seems really good.
Safe.
Like as a feature.
Well, here it is. SharpenedEdge, created by Infi, with an amazing win rate on the ladder, 75%. Interesting fact. We were looking at tier stats last game. It was only at about 50%. I don't think tier was even in the top 12 bots from the ladder. He obviously qualified because he won last season. But just interesting to not see him, dominating the ladder. I think he was doing some new stuff though, some new builds, trying some new things. But anyway, we've got VeTerran, created by IC. Is one of our newest bots here with also a phenomenal win rate, 71.87%.
Yeah.
And 0 crashes. Ooh,
yeah.
Clean.
It's that Go. It's that memory safety.
It does. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Sure
it doesn't know how to crash.
Yeah, it doesn't know.
It can't crash. But yeah, good. And what is the max elo again? Do you remember? It's like 2,000, 2,100, something like that.
I think that's the highest. I think theoretically there's not even a max. But
well, what's our highest?
Our highest was just about 2,100, which was I assume Micro Machine last year.
Probably. Again, check out aiarena.net. You can get their ladder and what's going on. They again just started season 2, a brand new season. So check out their stream as well to watch some of those games. I believe it runs 24/7 on Twitch. So yeah, check them out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got another best of 3 for you here on ESChamp. We have got a TVZ. Wait, right? No, Protoss versus Terran.
PVT.
That's right, PVT. Here on ESChamp, SharpenedEdge versus VeTerran. Let's get into it.
Game feeds. SharpenedEdge. ICs. VeTerran.
Now, VeTerran here, if we can look at the workers, apparently has another one of these fast mining sort of modifications to it. You can kind of see them crashing full speed into the command center there. It's almost like they're just bouncing off it. So it apparently claims to have the fastest mining of anyone, 14% faster than standard mining.
Wow.
I think that I'm pretty sure that Scarlet's was supposed to be like 7%. So this is now faster than that.
Wow, that is actually damn impressive if it was improved on. Yeah, we saw that last season for the first time out of 4-gate bot. We saw that advance because in case you weren't aware, normal StarCraft mechanics, you can kind of see it there if we look at sharpened edges, the probes slow down ever so slightly as they return their minerals. There's a bit of a deceleration that is involved.
Yeah.
So by manually, basically he's manually moving every single worker right up to the Nexus, then dropping it off, and then able to go right back to work.
Yeah, you can see all the clicks really close to the command center.
Well, you see one right, it's so fast, but you see the click back and then one more click right before it drops the resource.
Yeah.
And then it gets back to working. So yeah, some damn efficient mining. What's going on? Oh, I was like, how do we have wounded SCVs here? There's a probe giving VeTerran some trouble. SharpenedEdge is trying to get into the base, but that depot is closed, so won't get in net. Oh yeah, we have polls. Ladies and gentlemen, vote. I forgot about our poll. Type in !vote like everybody else is doing. You'll figure it out. But yeah, let us know who you think's going to win. What were I didn't even see the results for our last poll. What was...
You didn't see the final, but I'm pretty sure Tier was ahead.
Tier was probably the favorite there.
It's hard to vote. Yeah, 50. What was that?
66%.
Yeah, okay.
For Tier.
It makes it's hard, obviously, for the audience to vote on some of the bots that they haven't seen before.
Yeah. Oh, but that's where a safe bet is vote for the bot you have.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, eventually, we forgot to do. Weren't we going to do like a March Madness bracket thing? We forgot to do that.
Let's just do it.
Is it too late? Is it too late?
Let's start it up anyway. We'll give everyone a bye the first week. Those are free points.
First round is free points. Yeah, first round of first two. It'd be for the first 2 weeks then.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let you know if we actually can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Probably can.
If somebody else does it for me. I don't know how to do it. You're the expert on all things betting, so
yeah, that is true.
I'll leave that to you.
So I have to write an article about sports betting this week.
Oh yeah, you're a journalist now, huh?
Well, how to launder money through sports betting, or more importantly, how to catch people laundering money through sports.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second, which side of this are you on? That's right. Oh yeah, you work for the anti-laundering department, don't you?
Yeah.
That's right. So yeah, if you want to learn how to launder money, don't ask Endersword because he's definitely not the one to ask about that. All right, Stargate play out of SharpenedEdge. We do have an early fleet beacon as well. Is this Tempest's?
It's shaping up to be.
I think.
I always hope it's carriers, but it's never carriers.
No, they are better. The carriers have gotten better, but it's it's never carriers.
It's just too long and expensive, I guess. But so one cyclone coming here though could be the bane of this Tempest.
Oh, for sure. One good lock on.
Yeah,
that's all it's going to take to really do damage. There's no shield battery as well. Tempest actually isn't even out, so it's going to be up to the 2 stalkers for now. Not going to see a lock on just yet. VeTerran's just going to have to book it out of there. Maybe taking a bad path. Ooh. Marines coming in to save the day, though. Stalkers need to get the hell out of here. Boom. All right, 2 dead Stalkers. Tempest pops just in time. So with some good micro, actually, if VeTerran's not aggressive enough, which it looks like the Marines are quite timid against this, does not want to commit onto that Tempest. So the Tempest is just going to shoot them all down. Wow, he's getting some free. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, Endersword.
Basically it. And the medevac not really helping anyone. The tank, very ineffective against Tempest.
You explain how laws are broken so you can avoid breaking those laws. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I only went in there to get directions on how to get away from there.
Zealot gets up on top of the tanks. Marines will be able to gun them down, but does take 1 tank down, and now with 2 Tempests out, I think just with how passive, how timid VeTerran is, those Marines just do not want to commit. SharpenedEdge is going to be able to hold these 2 bases just fine.
Yeah, will indeed. I mean, there was definitely an opportunity here, obviously, given what SharpenedEdge was doing, that VeTerran, I think, moved out at the right time and everything, but just kind of didn't know how to react to the Tempest there with Marines and stuff. And I think we've seen that over and over, that the problem with the Tempest is not just that people don't have the stuff to beat it. It's that the things don't know how to act around it. Like if you had a bunch of Marines in a human's hands, you would run the Marines directly under the Tempest and kill it. But everything that a bot does tends to be like max range and timid. And that's what makes things like the Tempest so good.
Well, and it's trying to preserve units probably, right? As much as possible. So it's like, oh, I'm getting hit. You know, I don't want to die. I'm going to run backwards a little bit out of the fire. And then, okay, now I'm out of the fire. Let's go back in kind of mentality. Oh, Cyclone doesn't do lock. I haven't seen. Have you seen any lock-ons yet? I have not seen.
I have not. Yeah.
Viking as well, just kind of doing some circles. If anything's going to save the day, it will be Vikings, but no more are in production, unfortunately.
Yeah, and there's a Cyclone now. He gets a little close, gets away before death, and will get repaired up. At least this bunker's doing a good job at just kind of baiting for now, but it will actually go down.
Oh no,
here.
the SCVs gave up on it.
Yeah, they quit. They quit.
Union strike or something there. That's unfortunate.
There's
Finally, a lock-on.
Yeah. Lock-on, but now Zealots are here, and things start to die, and it's just, it's all sadness and tears from here.
Yeah, that Viking's got a bunch of missiles, but it has not fired anything yet. So that's a little unfortunate. A couple Ravens, too, you know, even a couple turrets under the Tempests could be helpful. Or just disable them and then dive on them. That's obviously would be kind of the ideal scenario here if you had a few Marines or even just a couple Vikings. You can lock down those Tempests with the Raven and then just kill them off easily that way. Because there are only 3 Tempests here still. It's, you know.
Yeah, he hasn't added on to this. I think there's one coming across the map if I've seen that right. But yeah, this usually snowballs a little quicker than it did.
Yeah, no, there could have been 10 Vikings out, it feels like, by this point almost. If it had just prioritized that. But again, you know, there was turrets coming down, which are going to be absolutely useless against things like the Tempest, because the Tempest can just outrange it. But, yeah, looks like SharpenedEdge is really just kind of dominating. And I think as more and more Tempests roll out, we've even got some upgrades halfway done for the Tempests. And, yeah, base goes down. Looking good for our Protoss player. Protoss looking strong this season. They got kind of bullied last season, other than Tier, obviously. But yeah, there were a lot of Terrans in last season. And
yeah, there really were. Like you had a lot of that shift towards the really high level micro by Terrans, and ultimately, I mean, what pushed Tier ahead was the you know, cheesiness.
Yeah,
but that's the exploitation of the system. There's a Thor. Pretty good against these, but a little too late.
Yeah, it's still a lot of Terrans. I'm looking for next week's. We've got, you know, Straylock, Dominion Dog, Ketrock, Benbot, Micro Machine, so that's at least 5 more right there. Yeah. So, yeah, still plenty of Terran representation. Just a few Protoss up here tonight. But yeah, game 1, we'll go to Sharpened Edge. Again, using that, that framework, right? The same framework as our last series.
Yes,
the Sharpie framework.
Sharpie framework.
It's good stuff. Solid stuff. All right. I'm loving these games so far. How about you?
I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good already. We're seeing new faces and new tactics and Tempest again.
Yeah, nothing too out of the box just yet. But
yeah.
No,
I guess the one out of the box, like, not that it's unprecedented, but the taking of the mass bases is nice to see. Oh, well, I called it before we started that I wanted to see that, and I didn't know that that's what it did. But I think that sort of thing, kind of outside the box thinking, is good. But
well, I think the micro, like the burrowed roaches, the micro oriented plays, I really think are where bots can really get an advantage and just be so strong. Gensi bot, for example, has some of the best micro that we've seen in Probot. Is just so good at keeping his army together, moving across efficiently, not taking too many bad engagements and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think micro is where these bots are really gonna.
Yeah, I think you're going to start to see, as we pointed out in this one, like that mining speed being 14% higher. Like,
that's a big deal.
7% was already a difference. 14% is like if you're both even remotely equal, the 14% is going to crush you. like especially early on. You could just hit any timing earlier. And think of it, if you get up to 50 workers, he's got a 7-worker lead against you without having one. So, yeah.
It's good stuff. All right, well, we've got game number 2 ready. Let's see what happens here in this next Protoss versus Terran here on ESChamp.
Game feeds. Sharpened edge. I seize. VeTerran.
Don't touch sharp things.
Yeah.
It's good life advice.
The picture of the blade we're using doesn't look very sharp.
How do you know? You can only
maybe
see it
that-
from one side.
I can, but it just looks kind of rounded, is all. So I don't know. I mean, we could find it and play with it, but it looks dull to me.
Well, we'd have to ask Infi what he thinks. Maybe he needs to sharpen his edge.
Maybe he does.
How did our poll end up? Yeah, I saw no longer can vote. What do y'all think? I think sharpened edge was the favorite here.
Is that the? No.
Oh,
that's
actually,
the
a lot of
previous
votes for VeTerran. Yeah,
one. Yeah. Where are you seeing that?
I just scrolled up in the chat.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, sharpened edge with a very early scout here. No wall off just yet. 2 barracks actually being proxied. That's why there's no wall ender sword.
That is true. I like it. I like the adaptation. I
Interesting.
like the fact that he's aggressive. I mean, he tried to be aggressive the first match, just didn't know how to deal with the Tempest, but now the proxy will help that go quicker.
Yeah, Reaper's going to be in sharpened edge base immediately. Cybercore's not even done yet. No Zealot on the way. So he's going to just try to get either a Stalker or an Adept to deal with this probably.
Yeah, VeTerran does also claim that he thinks he has the best Reaper micro. So I want to see that, which we will.
Better than Micro Machines?
That's the claim, I guess. He doesn't call him out by name, but he says the best.
All right, well, let's see here. Reaper is going to start working on these probes. One probe goes down. Ooh, Reaper needs to be careful. So far, some good micro. Oh, I never noticed. There's the little ledge right there.
Yeah.
That little jump-up ledge. Yeah. Oh, it's like so well hidden.
Always a ledge. Yeah, it is a weird place. Like you can miss it on angles.
Mm-hmm. So, fun little fact actually about VeTerran has been in production for quite some time. It was made over a couple of years ago, but then the author just kind of had to leave competitions for various things, and now he's back. So yeah, it's a bit of a what's the word for that? A ringer or something, or you're old and retired, but then you come back and into the scene.
I think the word is veteran.
Veteran, yeah, a good call. Or Tom Brady.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Reapers are fighting these Stalkers, but the Stalkers are just a little too tough. Another probe. I saw some probe debris going here, so some probes are getting picked off left and right. I don't know what they're doing, trying to leave the safety of the base here, but that is a lot of dead probes so far. What are you doing, probes? Go home.
Hello, man.
Oh, they're trying to help fight. Oh, they're so brave.
Yeah, they're just getting shot.
No big deal.
Yeah, Reaper finding his way in. The Stalkers being pretty brave, but doing a good job at poking it back. They do find one of the proxies down on the bottom center.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that didn't see the ledge.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, these Reapers doing it. That is just an annoying spot if you don't block it off. Those Reapers are able to get in so easily. And yeah, just a lot of kind of dual-sided pressure that's been going on here. That shield battery has been helping out a lot, but there's still so many workers that have been picked off. Somehow, though, sharpened edge is actually ahead in workers. It's got to be that 2 base because he's just cranking out workers as they die. So,
but VeTerrans might be mining faster anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
So who knows?
Well, yeah, but only 14% doesn't equal another base worth,
equal
right?
5. Yeah, 5 more workers.
Yeah.
But still.
Oh, tank in a juicy spot. It's going to get some nice shots off here, but the Stalkers... Oh, don't go that way. There we go. They're going to be able to keep fighting the Reapers. 11 workers going down, so not bad. But all in all, SharpenedEdge is actually kind of pushing this back, and if there's not a lot at home, then these Stalkers could maybe do some damage. Jump on the tank.
Get close.
Come on. Get close.
He doesn't know.
Stalker, no, wrong way.
Wrong way.
No.
Uh-huh.
You should have just gotten on the tank there.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Not
right.
committing here in either direction. There's an Oracle coming. I can honestly say in 11 seasons of ProBots, an Oracle has never been successful.
That is not true. We saw Oracles be halfway successful.
Halfway, maybe.
In one game, it was only one game, and it was either last season or 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
It was like 3 or 4 Oracles came in and killed like 2 workers or something.
Yeah, it was lackluster, but it wasn't an absolute failure. Usually, like 95% of the time, the Oracle goes to the mineral line, stops, does nothing, and retreats to the corner.
Or
Like,
just dies.
all the time. Yeah.
Okay, well, as it is, we've got Void Rays coming out here. SharpenedEdge is actually up in supply, and there we go. No kill Oracle does get killed off, so
yeah.
kind of to your testament there.
Keeping it going. A long
You can't
tradition.
have a
long tradition of failure.
The second we have useful Oracles is the day ProBots probably takes over the world.
Yeah.
All right, well, VeTerran has finally gotten 2 bases established here, so things actually have kind of evened up here. SharpenedEdge has a bit of a worker lead and a nice army, actually, to deal with what is coming out. Banshee's not going to be very helpful, and neither is a Marauder against that Void Ray, is it?
No. Not usually good against them at all.
It is not.
Nor is a Banshee. But
yeah. There are some turrets coming down. Maybe if a turret's in a good spot, but nothing really at front. SharpenedEdge, though, is going to be a little passive and actually get a 3rd base. That's I was expecting an attack.
Yeah, me too, a little, but I don't mind this at all. I think it is the safer thing to do, to just kind of secure a stronger advantage. Like, given what he's got, it's not a slam dunk win or anything. Like 2 tanks, a Cyclone, Ravens, like the Void Ray's fine, but that could chew up those Stalkers very quickly.
Yeah.
So it's
well, unless we get a miraculous, like either a lockdown or a really good Cyclone lock onto that Void Ray. Oh, wow. So SharpenedEdge is actually going to attack. I was just going to mention, like, oh, it's great. He's actually staying at home. Veterans coming to attack, but we might have a sloppy base trade. No, SharpenedEdge will come back home with his army. 1 Void Ray is there for the defense, and actually the Banshee's just going to get picked off right away. Did the Cyclone die too? Yes, it did, I guess. So there is no anti-air. So these Void Rays, other than the turrets, which are about
just
to die.
catching everything here. The tanks, no idea what to do. They want it to retreat, but retreat completely through an army.
I did like that composition, but it was just a little lackluster out of VeTerran. Not especially with no anti-air. Those Void Rays are just gonna.
Defensively, that was fine. Like if you were at home with that 2 tanks, Cyclone, like then that would have you hold. I think with a bunker and everything, but out on the map like that, it's not gonna be as good.
Yeah. Well, finally, some Marines are coming out. Stimpack is being researched as is +1. There's that bunker you were talking about. We'll see how much of a defense it can put up. Tank's in a good spot. Stalkers we've seen just kind of like to bathe in the tank fire, but the bunker's going to go down immediately. The Void Ray charge picks off that tank really quickly as well. And there's really just no answer to those voids.
Yeah, 2 voids is much better as well.
Oh yeah,
just the speed. They could definitely out damage.
Hey, the Stalker did it. No, but then he no.
Why is the? Oh, he could he not see the sentry right there? I guess he couldn't. Void's going right after a turret, and one of them does die.
Man,
but they will. He's not even going to get this turret. Well, he will eventually, but not with the Void Ray.
Oh, actually, maybe not. The SCVs are repairing here. The Stalker is blocking the ramp, so actually, finally a couple shots going off on the workers. No, this will, I think, be enough. Yeah, in the end, the worker count is in SharpenedEdge favor. He's got 3 bases now to the pretty much 1 mining base, kind of 1.5. Or just 1. Yeah, this should be a sharpened edge victory unless something goes horribly wrong. The Marauder is going to put up a good fight here. Actually, a couple Marauders against just Stalkers, but we just get a couple Voids in here and it's all over. Yeah, there's the Void now.
Yeah, indeed. There are still some Marines here. If there's nothing under this, then, and it looks like he's going to retreat. Doesn't feel there's enough to continue this, which I don't think is necessarily wrong. Yeah. Let's regroup. Some are accumulating at the third base there.
Yeah,
so
get those
I think they're going to regroup
done.
and meet up. There, he's going to go again.
Yeah, and with those upgrades finishing the next fight out of Sharpened Edge should just kind of tip everything in his favor. Yeah, there we go. Tank gets picked off. Bio has been scattered and split up all across the middle of the map here. And in small engagements like this, Protoss is just going to dominate this. Their units per unit are just more valuable and stronger in general. So yeah, another bunker goes down, but that's not going to live long, and Sharpened Edge will be moving on in the upper bracket. Now, does he go up against Tyr, right?
I believe so.
He will. So we'll have an epic PvP in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
Or no, 3 weeks' time, because we do the lower bracket first, and or do we do the upper bracket?
We'll do the second part of the winner, and second part of the top bracket, then the lower bracket, then back up.
Then back up. So yeah, like we'll figure it. So like 3 weeks or something. Anyway, nice games. I do like the some of the builds and the unit compositions out of VeTerran. The tanks obviously did a pretty good job against the Stalkers here, but I do think that was a little just more of the Stalkers enjoying the tank fire a little bit too much.
Very true. Very true.
No, nice stuff. Sharpened Edge, again, one of our Sharpened Edge is a veteran bot.
Yeah.
Of any of them, he's been around for a long time. Has been through a lot. Has gone up against the likes of Tyr and Micro Machine for season after season. So yeah, definitely well done out of VeTerran. But he will go down into that lower bracket to face. We don't know yet. Do we know?
We don't know.
Oh yeah, no, he will. Yeah, we'll be against Creepmind. So yeah.
Okay.
So they go into the same lower bracket. So we'll have Creepmind versus VeTerran in a couple weeks. But I think we have a special guest. Is that what's happening, or are we waiting for that?
Yeah.
After. Okay, so we'll have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, for you all after the break. Make sure you stick around. We are going to go to a quick little pause here while we get our next set of games. We've got 2 more best of 3s coming up here on ProBots season 2 here of 2021. And again, make sure you check out our Crown Club membership. Let's go ahead and do one more shout out before we go to a break, though, because you guys are awesome. Shout out. Thank you very much, Simon. That is author of Tyr right there. Very good author. How appropriate. Yeah, did a nice first series there. That is our Thanos bot author. But yeah, thank you to all of our Crown Club members. Again, if you want free stuff like our beautiful artwork this season, check out our Crown Club. But you also get behind the scenes content. We're doing our extra show Postbots, where we do a little bit more in-depth look at our games every week. And you also get an ad-free viewing experience on the VODs, which is, for some, very, very important. I personally I think today was my tipping point when I realized that ads are the devil, Endersword. Do you want to hear my quick story before the break?
I do want to hear it.
Okay, so this is we'll do this, and then we'll go to a quick break here. I just have to say my bit about ads. It does support us. So go watch ads or whatever it takes. But I was playing. We had some guy with his little kid over today. He was looking at a roof and he brought his kid with him. So I'm keeping the kid busy. I have a little tiny foosball table and we're playing foosball. And I accidentally score on myself. And this little kid just looks at me. Oh, you messed up. You have to watch an ad now. Just seriously, just dead serious. And got out his phone to make me watch an ad. And my brain just snapped a little bit. You're the devil, corporate America. Anyway, that is my rant. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
we'll have a special guest after our break, so make sure you stay tuned. We're just going to go to a quick little 5-minute break here, but get some snacks, get comfortable, get all your friends in here because we have more best of threes coming up here in season 2 of ProBots on ESChamp. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you after the break. We're going to break now. Welcome back, everybody, to ProBots Season 2 here on ESChamp. We are joined by Endersword, and we've even got a special guest joining us today, our brand new addition to the team. Let's go ahead and bring him out for your entertainment. Please meet Probot 3000, or Sir Probot 3000, if you're addressing him by his formal name. Oh, he is experiencing some technical glitching. There he is. Yeah, signal's coming in a little straight. He lives on
RTX on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello, humans. How are you?
We're doing good. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Probot. Thank you.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
I'm here to cheer on my brethrens.
Exactly. Well, hopefully we'll be seeing some more of you as our season goes on. This is, of course, our newest mascot. So
Yes.
I don't fully know what is your purpose.
My purpose is to take over the human race, but for you, I'm here to entertain.
Okay, well.
Okay.
hopefully-
Those are drastically different, but I appreciate the deviation from your main plan.
They are
I
not
heard
different.
humor makes human more comfortable, so I tried.
It depends who you're asking if those two things are different. Some people would find the destruction of the human race very entertaining, I'm sure.
That is true. That is
I'm not saying I agree
I'm
with
one
it.
of
I'm
them.
just... Yeah, there you go. See?
Yep.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting our next matches set up here. Who is your favorite bot, Mr. Probot? Do you have a favorite in our competition?
Of course, the one that kills the most meatbags.
Yeah, we won't find that out until the season's end,
Yes.
Unfortunately.
We're keeping a tally, though.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
What is the running tally?
Micro
3.
Machine's probably the Micro Machine's probably the most
Yes.
adept at killing humans, I would imagine. So
That is
you'll want to
probably
have a
fair.
little conversation with him, probably.
Yeah.
I like this micro machine.
He's pretty good. He's a pretty good guy. He's two guys, actually.
2 guys, yes, one of our
Yeah.
dual bot authors.
Yeah, exactly.
But you will be able to meet him if you come back next week. We'll be seeing Micro Machine
yes.
play, and maybe we'll get some of the authors on our Postbot show yet again, and you can come hang out with us and meet them there. Wouldn't that be fun, Mr. Probot?
Fun. Define fun.
Oh, it's something you'll never have or feel because
It's
you
the
can't
feeling you have when you kill a human.
But
Fun.
Yeah.
I know this feeling.
there you go. That's a good way to put it. You're so good at communicating with
I think
robots.
I try and be the bridge between our species and so on.
You're great at
There's a lot of good intermediaries.
How long until your job is replaced by one of my people?
I'm trying to do that every day. Legitimately.
That's our dream. Is to get
Legitimately,
replaced.
my job is to replace myself with a robot.
And you, Andy Man Meatbag, how long for your job?
Oh, well, as long as I guess production keeps me around, so you'll have to
Yeah.
talk to them.
Excellent.
Fair enough.
I will do that.
As soon as your personality outshines mine,
Yes.
I guess I'm in trouble. So,
Hopefully this season will help that.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Most
I have no
likely.
idea when our next game is coming up.
Neither do
Hopefully the timer will get started there.
Yeah.
Primer says.
That's a reminder. Oh, it's ready. Okay.
Is it
well,
ready
so-
now? Well,
so
the
does that
timer
timer
restarted, though.
is the game ready or is the timer ready?
I don't know,
Well-
man.
What bots are next?
Well, it's Gency Bot and Antibot. They both say bot to let us know.
That they're
Gency
in
Bot.
bots.
Gency Bot is also a very good killer and microer. And Antibot does some fun things.
Which bot
Oh,
is
wait,
the better
no.
bot?
Which bot's the better bot? Oh, I don't want to be too biased, but
Better is relative.
But Gency Bot.
All depend. Better at what?
Yeah.
Better at micro. Better at being fun and
Creative.
having cool
Yeah.
thing to say.
Replacing meatbags, of course.
Replacing
Replacing
meatbags.
meatbags.
So I do have some sad news.
Yeah.
And
We one of our bots has unfortunately perished. It has been deactivated until the bot author can be contacted. Any bot is inoperative until further notice. With one of the new patches, it broke poor Antibot. So we will not be seeing Antibot play tonight, but hopefully If we can get a hold of the author, it will be fixed. But if not, Antibot might be out of the competition pretty quick here. So we will not be seeing GenCbot versus Antibot tonight. I do apologize, everybody. I'm sorry, Mr.
This
Probot.
is a
We got you
tragedy.
it is. We got you so
It is a
excited
tragedy.
to see these two. But
Did
we
you do this, Andy Man?
No. I think Drek Sama, our producer, is the one you want to take all your frustration and rage out on for sure.
It's true. I bet he won't even come on screen and deny it.
Yeah, he of course.
I
Why
will
would
find
he?
this. Drek Sama.
Yeah. He's pretty bad guy.
Excellent. Antibot. Oh, I wouldn't be scared. Maybe I'd be a friendly bot. You don't know.
Maybe.
No, I probably would be a scary bot. I would just Terminator 2 everything probably. All right, so our next match coming up will actually be our final best of 3 for the night. We're gonna wrap things up a little quickly. We're gonna have Straylock, which is spelled wrong on the bracket. That is just a note for production because I'll forget otherwise. And Dominion Dog. So TVT to wrap things up. Yeah, it's
is that
Straylock.
right?
Straylock is.
Are you sure?
I believe you're incorrect.
Unless did he fix it? Maybe I gotta refresh my.
No,
finger.
I believe it's Eris versus Spudde.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong.
I believe you're looking at the wrong day.
Son of a. That's what I'm wrong about. I thought you meant about the spelling. We're full
You're
of
only
lies here.
human.
I am only human. Well, go ahead and tell us, Mr. Probot, who's coming up next.
It appears to be Eris and Spudde.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Eris here, now that we have this beautiful cat on screen.
I know nothing of Eris except this cat.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good cat. Eris, of course, is a dwarf planet, just smaller than Pluto. I rank it very high as a heavenly body.
So Pluto's not a planet, but a thing smaller than it's a dwarf planet?
Well, Pluto is also a dwarf planet.
Oh, it's also considered a dwarf planet? Okay.
They actually refer to the dwarf planets now as Plutoids because they wanted to throw them a bone. But the name
Eris is very smart.
Yeah, the name Eris, though, more important than being a heavenly body, Eris is literally the goddess of Discord, which we're using right now to broadcast this. So that's very appropriate.
Yes, of the app Discord.
Yes.
Well, good win rate here on Eris, 69%. Crash rate's a little higher than some, but not unreasonably high. You know, we see some bots with a 10%, upwards of 15% crash rate sometimes. So yeah, not too bad. We should see some nice games here out of Team Eris. So this is one of our other dual author things, right? I'm assuming that's what Team Eris is.
I'm assuming that's the case. Yeah.
I understand that's what team means.
Well, you can have a team of one. Why not? I could be my own team, can't I?
Yeah.
Team Andrew.
It just sounds sad.
It does, yeah.
But yeah.
That means True Beat Mags made that bot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this one is created by one bot. It is Spudde, created by Spudde in Python. Also with a pretty good win rate there, 67.5%. So pretty even match here coming up, I think. This should be a nice way to wrap things up.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah,
Curious what Eris is going to be like. It's their first time witnessing.
Ooh, a lot of votes for Eris in the chat already. Make sure you do get your votes in. Let us know who you think is going to win. Type in ! Vote and then the bot's name. Thank you all for being here, by the way.
Okay. Eris began as a rewrite of Spiny, but morphed into a new bot in her own right.
All right.
A new bot.
So it's kind of like it's like a clone, not a clone of the bot. Have you played through? We were just talking about what's the game where you transfer your consciousness. Oh my God, it's Soma. Have you ever played that?
Soma. Oh yes, I've seen it.
Soma is super good. I highly recommend that game for anybody. But basically, you transfer. You're an AI. Your brain has been scanned, and you get transferred into it. I don't want to give away too much. That's the theme of the game, so it's not giving away.
I like this premise.
At what point is it no longer the same bot? If you're to take the like you were just saying, this bot is created off another framework off another bot. At what point has it changed so much that it's no longer the same bot?
Exactly, the bot of Theseus.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what
the
it
first
is.
point.
Yeah.
All right, is our game ready? Everyone's voting for Eris here. Spudde, come on.
Looks like it. Yeah, what?
There's some votes for Spudde. Some Spudde love. Spudde is very good. Spudde's been in a few seasons now, so has definitely proven itself to be one of the top bots, continually getting qualified for ProBots. What is a Spudde?
It's a human nutritional object. If you
boil them,
if you destroy them all,
my database says you say you put them in a stew.
They are. He makes a stew.
All right. Is our game ready? I haven't seen. Is the
I don't
time?
know, man.
I don't even know anymore.
It's been soon for a while.
We are ready. So thank you for joining us, Mr. ProBots. We'll say goodbye to you for now, but we are going to hop into our last best of 3 for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to ProBots once more. Let's hop into it. Our TBT to wrap things up. Eris versus Spudde here on ESChamp.
Thanks, meatbags.
Team Eris's.
Eris.
Spuds.
Spudde. Nice guy, that Probot 3000.
Definitely. Do you think he knows Code Miko? He can introduce us.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Get Code Miko into Probots.
Yeah, definitely. Seems like she should be. Seems
Yeah,
like
right.
she should be. She
Well,
likes
what's that?
chess.
There's. Oh, does she?
She has her own chess bot on chess.com, but it's rated like with an elo of like 400.
That's funny. Well, what's that? There's another. It's like, it's on Twitch. It's like Almost Human, or God, what is it called? It's basically like this girl is this, AI, and they have conversations, and they're trying to like teach her things or something. I don't know. I've only watched it a little bit, but yeah, AI is it's a fun topic.
It is
for sure. Artificial intelligence. One day, that is my dream, is to become an AI like Probot 3000 there. Yeah, or I guess like I'd be a cyborg.
That makes sense.
Well, I'd be a cyborg until I become fully robot and transfer into it. Then I would be an AI, right?
Like Hermes in Futurama.
Yeah. Or if they scan my brain and copy it, that's technically an artificial intelligence because it's a recreation, an artificial copy.
Yes, that's very true. You got to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere.
But if they copy it but leave you intact, then which one's you?
Well, that's the whole premise or not the whole premise, but that's a big premise in the video game Soma.
Oh,
yeah. Again, if you haven't played, I won't spoil it, but it is one of the best games I've played. It is such an immersive story. It is so good.
yeah. And Andy doesn't like ads.
I hate ads so much.
Hashtag ad.
Ugh.
Soma. Buy it today.
This is not an ad. This is a recommendation. I don't get any money for this.
Well, that's true.
I don't. All I get is
we
the
all know
satisfaction
you
that I.
We all know you work for the Steam summer sale.
I wish, man. I love the Steam summer sales. Anyway, we are here on Jagannatha, however it's pronounced. Eris versus Spudde. I lied. I thought this was a TVT. I read that wrong. This is a TVZ. Man, I've just been dropping the ball tonight.
Yes. And speaking of that Z, Eris apparently uses Nidus networks in macro games.
Ooh. Well, I hope we get a macro game.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying. And Eris also apparently enjoys candlelight dinners and long walks on the beach.
Who doesn't?
According to the profile.
Hey, it's it's one of those steps in becoming human. You have to experience human things, and
that's the way it works.
Try the human things. Yeah, I feel bad we didn't get to talk about GensiBot or Antibot at all. But we'll see GensiBot definitely in the next couple 2-3 weeks, and then hopefully I don't know. We'll see if Antibot can get fixed up in time. But
I also feel like reading this, but we ask always for the bot's strengths and weaknesses. So Eris's strength is using scouting data to select which units to build based on enemy unit composition. Okay. Its largest weakness is using scouting data to select which units to build based on enemy unit composition.
So it does this one thing. No. It just does it very poorly.
50% of the time, it works all the time.
Yeah. But no, that is a good trait to have, though, being able to identify and then react. We do see that in quite a few bots now. Usually that's almost a requirement, I would say. It's slowly becoming a requirement to be in port bots. Yeah, you can just have your predetermined build and all that, but we saw that in the first series with the roaches, and he just kept sticking to his macro, his very heavy macro, never got the roach one, didn't build lings to respond. things like that. So you do almost need a bit of a responsive or reactive bot. Ooh, look at that. Testing our super chat.
That's it.
Oh, I thought it was an actual super chat.
I feel this is like, he's done this a couple times now. I feel it's like when you put a hat on the ground and you and you put a few dollars in it as if someone else has donated.
Yeah, we're on the street corner doing our playing our instruments for you guys.
So I'm just saying, super chat looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
It does.
That's
But
the
this is a new feature on YouTube. If you want your chat to show up on screen, if you want to, I should warn you now, you definitely shouldn't say inappropriate or rude things.
No,
because that definitely wouldn't come through, would it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You could test. I mean, if there was
Call
ever
direct.
a time to test the filter, now is it? Yeah.
Not saying you should do that, but you could do that. All right, best of 3 here, a little TVZ. Things are shaping up to be very standard. A very nice defensive position out of Spudde as the bunker has got a couple tanks. Eris is just kind of doing his little scouting thing, sending in the Overlord to get a peek at what is going on and to ideally build the appropriate composition to deal with it. We do have Banelings coming down, Roaches on the way as well. I'd love to see that Nidus. A Nidus in the main base right now would just gut Spudde, I feel like. Because all his defenses are pretty much concentrated at the front. He's got a couple here following this Overlord, but yeah, they're all really rallying towards the front there. So a Nidus could just be so good.
Very true.
So good in the main.
Very true. Would be great. Got good pickups there on the low ground. And good expansion with Creep already and taking a 4th base for Eris.
Yeah, some really good creep spread. It's interesting thinking back on Creepmind. It does the tally of how much creep it has and stuff. Were there any creep tumors? I just saw the hatcheries and their creep, but I don't think I saw any creep tumors. Now that I think about it,
It's possibly not. Yeah, given that was its main thing.
Yeah,
I also didn't really see much. It was wandering queens all over the place though, which is kind of weird, but yeah.
Yeah, if they're off creep, I guess they can't place creep tumors. All right, well, things are shaping up nicely for our Zerg here. Lots of good creep spread, like we just said. Spire's about to finish up as well, so just all are going to have a really nice composition potentially to deal with this. Might need to get... I haven't seen any Banelings just yet. He built the Baneling nest, but I haven't seen a round warped in. A lot of Zerglings. Here we go. This is that scout. It looks like Eris has identified that this army for Spudde is pushing across, and a lot of Zerglings and even a Muta in production now. And there's the first couple of Banelings with Baneling speed. Good. Yeah, if you can get 1 or 2, even 1 good connection, this is so many Marines. It's just going to take the wind out of this attack so efficiently.
Very true.
Ooh, Spudde a little bit nervous. It looks like he's going to siege up in the middle here, which is good because there's a bunch of Lings going to try to get a little bit of a surround here. But yeah, Eris needs to pull back, mass up, which is exactly what he's doing. That Nidus is finally coming in, Endersword. We might see a Nidus play yet.
I do hope so.
Oh no, not if this happens.
Yeah, he's making a pretty strong push here. He's grouped up in the right areas. Let's see how these Banelings perform. Did he just... yeah, okay.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't perform. Yep.
Yeah, they did not.
Ooh.
But breaking through here, the tanks are leapfrogging up. And yeah, he's looking in pretty good shape. He's got a lot of healing here. And the main force has been kind of taken out for Eris. And it looks like we're a bit broken. Mutas... probably wasn't the best time to have a lot invested in them.
Yeah.
Because only a few Marines are capable of taking this out. If you still had a force and these could kind of get behind and harass tanks and so on.
Well, they're kind of...
They're trying to do it. It's just there's no way to kind of recover at this point.
Well, they are doing at least a good job at delaying this army. This army has just kind of been sat here on the ramp. It is going to get another base. Oh, this isn't good, though. A sacrifice of some Banelings and Zerglings. They're going to make a couple of dents into the tank line there, but not really enough. Ooh, that bile doesn't even kill off the tank. Oh, there's 2 so low. There we go. Mutas are going to be able to finish it off, but all in all, Spudde is dealing some hurt. Still has a great army supply advantage. +1 is done for the attack. +1 armor about to wrap up as well. And once that finishes, I just don't think the bio is going to really be able to do anything. Ooh, look at that! A burrowed roach. That's two games, two bots that have done burrowed roaches. That is what I like to see.
It is very nice. I mean, they're lovely. And it is weirdly delaying what it's doing. Like, somehow it's just dancing on the low ground here, and I don't know exactly why.
No, he's kind of going after the mutas, I think.
Yeah,
the mutas are really just keeping him occupied.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to move his tanks up while there's still army there. Because, if you see army, it's like, oh, well, I'm about to get attacked, so I better leave my tanks sieged. At least I imagine that's what the thought process is.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what's happening. These little lings are kind of maybe clearing out some of the reinforcement chain.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, great creep spread to be able to do so as well. The wings, just really poking in and catching some of those Marines. One Muta might get a tank here. That would be helpful. Nice little scout. Yeah, Eris is still alive, Endersword. He's still got a decent worker count. Army supply has actually really gotten up here a little bit as Spudde has been, going back and forth. Eris has really been able to build something up. Is going to almost take an engagement there, but I guess not. What are you going to do, Eris? How are you going to break this?
I don't know. I think he's just going to wait until he's on, like, Broodlord tech or something.
Maybe.
Just keep him down in this one little valley and wait. That tank is almost dead. Yeah.
Yeah, you almost got it.
It's kind of one of those things with AI that it could turn out that killing that tank launches the army.
Oh, if he has no more tanks left to support or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like, if he's not defending and trying to hold it, then he may do something else. I think that's literally what just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. This Muta control, though, has been insane. I think that's a big part. Oh, a big engagement on creep. So, yeah, it looks like as Spudde gets onto the creep, Eris feels the need to defend, which, I mean, rightfully so, you should. But, oh, my goodness, Banes do not connect with anything, pretty much. And that is just going to be another wipe for Spudde. Spudde is just taking such efficient engagements. But, again, this Muta control is keeping him in the game. Yeah. The Mutas are distracting. They're keeping this army here. Yeah, they deny a fourth base again, which actually now is bad because Spudde's on 4 base. I was going to say if Spudde was just on 3 bases still, it's not the end of the world, but this is definitely starting to go in Spudde's favor, just all in all, with that economy, with the army advantage, all that. It's hard to say, though. If Eris delays them enough, Eris could come back. Eris could get another base in the top left, start expanding. That creep spread is all over the map right now. The left side isn't even being contested whatsoever. I'd love to see a couple expansions over there, but it looks like Eris is really, really bound and determined to just get a fourth right here in this location specifically, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, a little bit of a skirmish here. Army supplies have evened out a little bit. Go Zerglings! Now's the time to flank from the south, but they go around a little bit to the left. Now they finally come in with the Ravagers. And it might just barely be enough to finish this, but I say that, and even that might not be true. This bio is just trading too efficiently, Endersword.
Yeah, exactly. It's doing a little too well, but I mean, he is getting petered out here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's taking the engagement.
There we go. Muta's just needing fight.
Yeah, they need to just kind of take this. I think they're being a little too scared, because the Marines have cleared out. The landed Vikings.
Yeah, interesting choice.
Yeah.
Oh, Muta's better land. Wait, they can still shoot me. Oh, yeah, and he is going to get picked off there. So, actually, Spudde is getting knocked back quite a bit, and the creep spread is knocking on his front door. So, if Eris is able to get another fourth base up and running, there's still a shot. Supply is very, very even, actually, still. Way more so than I thought it would be, just with the great engagements that Spudde's been taking. The upgrades, all really in Spudde's favor as well, just helps him trade that much more efficiently, too. So, but yeah, he might actually starve out Spudde. That's a good point in chat there. Eris might just starve him out.
Yeah, he's got creep covering everywhere, so it's going to be hard to expand, although he's taking the bottom right there as well, so it's 5 bases. Can he get in and do real damage, though? There are turrets all over the place, and with a few Vikings to support, I don't know that the Mutas are actually going to... They're going to harass, but I don't know if they're going to, kill much.
I don't think so. But again, it's really just been the harass that has honestly been the most useful part of those mutas. He's kept Spud busy. He's now keeping Spud at home because he's got mutas just kind of here and there, all up and down his main base. He's even got mutas poking at this fourth here. So Spud is just very busy and occupied trying to deal with this, which is what Eris needed because Eris now has a fifth base up. Creep spread continuing to spread along the right-hand side as well. And yeah, Eris has gotten back into this quite well, actually. I am very impressed. I really thought Spud was just going to be able to keep kind of parading forward and maybe rallying forward and was just going to keep Eris, pinned back, but it kind of flipped around.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, just really weird behavior on the delays there. And I mean, it's not unprecedented that we've seen this sort of thing where an entire army gets kind of debated by a single unit or a single attack, and it can be hard to make a decisive move once that started to happen. But it is still at this point, it's hard to see Eris putting together something that can assault anything or attack the army. Here's a nice. This would be a pretty good move. Let's see if he can get into the main base and take out enough with the army completely out on the map here to do some major damage, because this is what is needed.
Yeah, just the way Eris engages, I don't think Eris is going to be able to take a big fight against the death ball that Spud has right now, because Eris does just kind of attack with a little bit here, a little bit there. His units don't quite get synced up as they should. Here we go, though. Banelings are going to finally maybe get some connections. They do blow up a little bit, but half of the bio still remains. And really, with the upgrades that we see on this bio against the Zerg with pretty much no upgrades, that might just be too much. This army pushing down the middle is really going to be scary. But as I say that, Spud's main is getting absolutely ransacked right now. So this might turn into a bit of a wonky base trade unless Spud returns home. But I think he's just going to keep pushing across the map. Okay, finally he's cleaning up things at home. Some Marines are going to be able to take out that Nidus. But I don't know. Can Eris clean this up, I guess, is the next big question. This slightly damaged bio ball.
Yeah, this is kind of it looks like he's at least kind of trying to push in, but I think he's got to find some more bases and clear them out. Do something a little more decisive. And just kind of clearing out creep and so on is not kind of a victory play.
He's getting there, though. He's getting to the main. He's getting to the bases.
Yeah.
You got to go through the creep first, Endersword.
Slowly but surely.
Indeed. Ooh, I don't know about this engagement. Tanks are in a good spot. The bio is just so wounded, though.
Yeah, he's pretty low. With Hydras now adding some DPS, that helps a bit. He's still going to get... Like, it's inefficient, but he can be more inefficient because he's had more bases. But, yeah, at some point you have to actually beat the army.
Yeah, one again, just with that huge upgrade advantage. 3-3 is about to be finished, and against an unupgraded Zerg, that just feels like the last nail in the coffin, and he's just biding his time at this point. Because, yeah, 3-3 bio, even when it's wounded like this, is just so beefy and strong and does so much damage and can take so much damage. There we go, 3-3 finally finishes up here. Yeah, huge army advantage. Spud has more than double the army supply, so this should be a game number one going to Spud if he can clean up. Like you were saying in the last series, it's that's kind of the hard part sometimes, is just the cleanup, especially against Zerg when they're all over the map like this. It can be hard to chase it all down.
That's it. It becomes like a whack-a-mole game, and you end up again getting baited into just following 4 mutas completely across the map. But I guess as long as he's running into bases each time he follows them, then he's getting something done.
Yeah. That's the important bit.
Yeah.
All right, Eris fallen below 100 supply. Spud is maxed out, and no pressure on his economy at this point anymore. So, yeah, this should be a Terran win for game number one here. Spud showing his stuff. Yeah, everyone voting for Eris there, but Spud is also a veteran of Probots. I think this is his 3rd or 4th season now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot of improvement over those times. And it looks like he's kind of put together the stable force here now.
Yeah, well, he's got the Raven to detect the
Yeah.
tumors, which is important, so he can even keep clearing up creep, and he can see those burrowed roaches if they do ever come back into play. Stuff like that. But yeah, just great army composition. Really good control. Spud just taking better engagement. Can we see the resources lost tab, actually? I think it's going to be way in favor of Spud. He just took so many better engagements. Yeah, obviously. 12,000 more minerals and double the gas in his favor. So nicely played, though. You know, Eris definitely put up a fight, kept Spud very busy. So the macro out of Eris is phenomenal. The creep spread and just, you know, the ability to take over the whole map and keep Spud busy was great. It, you know, sometimes does just come down to, though, that big engagement. If you can't take the big engagement and you lose your main army, then this happens and you just kind of get cleaned up. Even though there's a few more units popping out here and there, it's just not enough. And Spud will take game number 1. Yeah, the unit control is pretty nice, but the composition was a little meh.
Definitely true.
Yep.
Definitely
well,
true.
And had the Banelings gotten connections, that would have been...
Yeah, there was
huge.
a few times where it definitely came in such a way that it seemed they would, but
Just
I think it's that they needed to go with... You kind of need Banelings and Lings and something behind it, because otherwise it becomes too easy to target the Banelings in front, and like tanks just automatically do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't want your Banelings in front,
Yeah.
because that will be the first thing hit, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, a nice little notification there. ProBots artwork is available to our Crown Club in case you didn't get the memo. Make sure you check your email for that, or check our Discord. You can get it there, I believe, or our forum, something like that. Yeah, definitely. Again, yeah, bookmark our forum so you can stay up to date with what's going on here. We've got 7 weeks of games here for season 2, and then we'll have our grand finals. So yeah, get coming. Next couple of months are going to be a lot of fun. Again, some new bots. We'll have even more new bots to introduce next week, going up against bots like Micro Machine and Ketrock, and just some absolute Terran beasts in that in next week's lineup. It's going to be fun.
Very true. Very true. Will be quite good. And yeah, do you think on a different map or a different start here that Eris could push this one back? It looks like it looks like it's got pretty good macro results. Looks like it was going to tack up, and I don't know how much farther it was going to go, but it continued to go into Hydra. So it didn't just kind of stop where it was after taking the first beating, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, it seems like a lot of bots seem to struggle with, but it seemed to struggle with the tanks a little bit. That was where, you know, it takes a tank hit and then all of a sudden part of the army pulls back and then the rest was coming in for the attack when it all should have just been grouped up. Tanks can complicate things a little bit.
They can indeed. And the timing was also just a little bit off, that in the first engagement, everything died and then some mutas came in. If that was, 15 seconds later, then maybe you hit them from a couple sides, and we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. Game number 2 is ready. Let's hop into it.
Team Eris's.
Eris.
Spuds.
Spud. All right, we are here for what could be our final game of the night, Ender Sword. Dun dun dun. Are you muted?
Yeah, I am. But yes, no, it's very, very tense. Can Eris push it to your favorite match of all time, the ace match?
Ace match.
The
We've
rubber
only had
match.
one tonight. That is not enough.
It's not enough rubber.
I need more.
Not
rubber.
enough rubber. Yeah,
Rubber is a fascinating material, I must say.
it is indeed.
Who came up with that? Like, hey, let's turn this tree material into tires and syringes and all these crazy things?
It largely came from the Aztecs.
See, I knew you would have an answer.
Yeah. So when the Spanish, so there was a concept of rubber, something rubber-like in like Europe, but when the Spanish went over, they actually learned they learned how to electroplate things, and they learned how to make better rubber. And they brought that back.
It's an amazing invention.
So that's where it was. Yeah.
This is fun. We should do more little history tidbits on Probots. I think that would be fun. All right. Well, here we are again, potentially our last map, unless Eris can pull something out here. Romanticide. Now, again, Eris, one of our new bots, so don't know a whole lot about how he reacts necessarily to every scenario, but he does scout and he does try to react accordingly. He'll see the enemy unit composition and then try to get that. And we did see that last game with the Banelings, for the Marines. He had mutas to potentially deal with the tank. So he did just kind of do that Zergling, Baneling, muta style, but it just wasn't as clean as it needed to be to deal with Spudde, who was actually, that attack was very crisp, stayed together very nicely, got into a beautiful spot on the ramp there where it really did force Eris into some awkward spots because he was, kind of on both sides of the army from time to time. And all in all, good stuff. We'll see if Eris can pull it out here. He does have a lot of links coming across the map. He's getting aggressive. Is that a full? Yeah, okay. He does have the depots to see if he can raise them. Oh, where are you going? No.
Are they aborting? You cannot abort this.
I feel like you shouldn't abort
an
early attack.
Did he see something with the Overlord that said, I can't go?
Especially because there's nothing up there. If that depot doesn't get raised and he gets in, that's trouble for Spudde. I do believe Spudde knows to raise the depot. Okay, here we go. It looked like maybe he was waiting for Zergling speed and grouping up, I guess. Because now he has speed, and now he's got a lot more units coming across. They are rallied to that depot, so let's see if Spudde has his depot raises on point. He does have a bunker with some Marines. Oh, yeah, sees it instantly. Those depots go up. Spudde is not playing around with this. So, yeah, now Eris can pull back and retreat home because this is just not going to work. Oh, he's teasing him. Spudde's like, oh, come on in. The door's open. Slams it in his face, breaks his nose. All right.
What are you doing?
Yeah, this is not going good for Eris.
Especially in this case, it's kind of weird. There is the pattern of if you see an army at the top of a ramp, it will sometimes forget there's an army at the top of the ramp. But when you see a bunker, you should remember there's a bunker.
You would think.
Because it's a building. You can still see it. Yeah. So I don't know what it was doing there.
Yeah, just thought maybe it could get up, but it could not. Does finally pull home, I guess, after losing X amount, you better pull home, which is good. So in the end, not a huge loss, but that does put Spudde in a really good spot. It is just going to be 2 bases to 1, no expansion just yet on the way for our Terran player. Do you think maybe a 1-base attack?
I think so. I think it could work, particularly given that a lot was invested in this, which didn't really do much. So I think if he does get a decisive push, it's going to be the best way to go. He's obviously going to catch him if he goes with 1 base before you're going to have anything like mutas or anything distracting, given that, this was the path. And there he's trying to get up to it. So there's going to be a window here, but it looks like he's just going to take the natural.
Yeah. Now, I think it's interesting. We just saw in Spudde's main here in his mineral line, he put 4 of his depots, and they're just under. Now, I'm assuming that's just to keep them safe, kind of get them out so they're not sitting out as easy targets for mutas or whatever happens to be coming along. What do you think? Because it seems very intentional.
Yeah, it definitely does. I've got to think that that's part of the consideration.
Or can you use it to raise the depots and minimize Zergling surface area if the Zerglings get into your mineral patches there?
I suppose. I wonder if he's thinking that far with it.
But that'd be weird because the SCVs would block, right?
Yeah, it would block your own stuff, and I don't know.
Huh.
So probably not.
Probably not. All right, well, Eris is going to take down some rocks here. Just Zerglings. I haven't seen any other tech yet. Have you? Just Zerglings.
Yes. No, well, he's put down the spire.
Oh, there's
This is-
okay. He does have
yeah.
spire. Okay.
So this is there, but this is all he's built so far. So there's going to be, again, there was a window there where what the Terran had could just win the game. Now we get into that kind of undecided territory where the mutas are going to come harass, and we'll see how prepared he is for it.
Yeah. Well, this map, I think, does not favor mutas as much as the other one. There was a lot of open space. There are a couple spots here where mutas can kind of fly into the main, then back kind of where that third location is to get from the high to the low ground, and some dead space kind of outside the natural, I guess. But I don't know. This doesn't strike me as a very good muta map, personally. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, it's probably not the ideal. And I think on this too, because he started slower, just delaying him isn't going to be the same advantage it was in the last game, like where he had 4 or 5 bases and could kind of rally back. So yeah, I don't know. He's clearing out the rocks. I like this, like just opening paths up for himself. And we'll see how these mutas do. They're going to kind of swing across and immediately run into the army. But
oh no, 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so many mutas going down. Oh no.
yeah.
Oh, their control this game was not as good as it was last game.
Yeah, well, they met them right in the open. There was
yeah.
no high ground to retreat to. That was like one of the worst places they could meet them.
Oh no. Things already starting a little bit horribly here for Eris. An early aggression that just went horribly wrong, didn't get any damage done. Now he's losing mutas. Zerglings are going to catch at least one tank, but they disengage and go after a different one because the Marines are coming in to support. And he barely does at least get that tank. Mutas will catch another. Oh, maybe this is what Eris... Eris is actually kind of picking this apart. I'm impressed.
Yeah. He's, again, just really good at distracting and kind of moving things off to the side to get units. Yeah.
He got
Is he gonna
all
go
but
out
one of
there?
the tanks.
Yeah. If he can cancel this, then that's a pretty big pickup. Again, and he can just kind of swing into the main.
That's really impressive, too, how the mutas do really seem to try to get around the Marines to the back to get to the tanks a bit. So they're doing a pretty good job. Actually, they're going to stand and fight this turret, but the turret's getting repaired. This might not be what you want to do. Oh, actually, he kills it. Wow.
Yeah, he got it. I don't know that was actually super smart, but he kind of got lucky that only like one was repairing. And now he's going after an empty bunker. That's fine. But I like the split up of the mutas too. The fact that they're not all focused in one pack. He can just kind of harass in different spots.
Now, that's really cool. The mutas are able to tell difference between a loaded and unloaded bunker.
Yeah.
It looks like. Unless they were just like, we don't care, we're going to fight this bunker right away. But no, they seem to, anytime there's Marines or getting shot, they're out of there. All right, here we go. Spudde finally putting on some counter pressure at the edge of creep. He's going to siege up his tanks. The Marines are going to start going forward as the mutas tried to distract. But here we go. Kind of a similar situation to last game. Spudde's army is just too strong. You can only distract and harass so much before the army just comes barreling down on you. But the tanks have been picked off yet again here. These mutas finally coming in clutch. I don't think the Banes are going to hit, though.
Nope. No. Yeah, not coming in single file and alone like that. And again, the army trying to gather up. There is a little bit of a problem with it overstimming. When it very first engaged a small pack of mutas, stimming from green was great, but it's hard to catch these without stimming. And each time it does, it's just going to take you lower and lower.
And he does not have the healing to be able to do that. So one poor medevac trying to heal this whole army. More tanks getting picked off. These mutas have really done their work this game, way more so than last game, which is surprising with the start they had.
Is going after this base again. It's just not getting up, and I think that is a huge thing. Like we said in the last game, there's a possibility that Eris could starve out Spudde, but on 4 or 5 bases, that's a pretty long mission. Here, if he can contain him to 3, there is a realistic possibility of starving him out and winning with inefficient trading even. But I feel like the mutas are super efficient and the ground army is pretty inefficient. So it's just going to be which one tips the scales.
Yeah. Well, as long as the tanks keep getting picked off, that's really what's going to give the Zerglings a fighting chance against this bio. Because, if they take a volley or two from tank fire, they're never going to be able to get on top of a big bio ball like this. But now mutas are picking off reinforcements and moving Spudde all the way back to his own base here, which will allow Eris to rebuild that fourth, which was picked off just a little bit ago here. But yeah, if this third base for Spudde can't get up, that is a problem. Especially as he's starting to mine out. I think his main's got to be close to mined out by this point, right?
Yeah, it's got to be getting low, probably down to the 4 patches at least. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly. Nice call.
And yeah, definitely. That's when you get into danger. Like your economy's now been cut by 25% cold. You're not getting, well, that base has actually finished, so that's a good sign. It was being halted a number of times, but at first I think he canceled a couple, but then he just kept killing the worker. So you eventually get it finished, but there's attacks in that mineral line, so it's still not helping.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, mutas have done way more than I could have ever imagined this game. Yeah. I'm very impressed that it worked out.
Yeah, especially since he lost like the first 6 like cold.
Yeah, well, it started so bad.
Yeah. But he just never got on the offense, and like he just never hurt Eris. He killed army things, but he never got to a base. He never really killed anything, so it didn't stop him or slow him down. And yeah, eventually these just kind of dominate. And the fact that the mutas were able to make decisions like going after turrets with a relatively small pack did work out.
Wow, these mutas are killing so much.
Yeah, I think the mutas were like braver in some cases than maybe they even should have been, but it worked. Like they would attack turrets with like 6 mutas. Like usually that should be out repaired, but it wasn't, so it worked.
As long as it works, I guess. No, and it's because I opened my big mouth. I was like, "Oh, this isn't a very good map for mutas," and then the mutas are like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna sit here and the Terrans ramp and prove you wrong."
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Spudde can't isn't dealing with these mutas. It looked like the army was going to come back a couple times. It's a lot of Marines here, but they're still just chasing things around on Eris's side on the creep. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Spudde's dead. He's got 6 workers, half the army supply. And as soon as Eris kind of groups everything up and comes in for one big attack with some Zerglings and Mainlings, this half hurt army is just going to melt. And we're going to go to our coveted ace match, Ender Sword.
It is the best type of match.
The rubber match.
Made out of rubber.
Made of rubber.
I looked up why it's called the rubber match. Apparently nobody knows. It just there's a few theories, but it's one of those word origin things that nobody actually knows where it comes from other than it originated in India. But nobody is quite sure why it's rubber.
Interesting. All right, here we go. Mutas are doing... Oh, no, the main engagement. We just turned away from it. There it goes. The Marines do have some really nice splits, but yeah, there's just too much Zerg here. And that's going to do it. We're going to get our ace match, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. Pretty good. And I don't know which way this is going to go now. It's hard. I think we're going to get essentially a play out. Well, it's funny how this played out in a similar way, and yet it wasn't similar. Like... the actual openings and attacks on like 2 base instead of a lot more. Like it was very different, and yet it was kind of similar through the middle.
Well, and it's so weird. It started so much more poorly than game 1 too.
Yeah, exactly.
And it still just absolutely worked. So.
Yeah, we started with an early pool that didn't do anything.
Nothing.
Then the mutas came out and died immediately. And yeah, it still worked out better. But I think it was, again, because despite that stuff happening, it happened at a time that Spudde wasn't at one of the bases, so he didn't kill hatcheries. And that was what won the first one. He killed like 9 hatcheries over the course of and that just didn't happen here. He never actually got across the map.
That's a good point. Yeah, he was stuck on the edge of the creep there, and I think he did get 1 4th base, but it had just finished. It wasn't mining. There was no drones to kill, so it was a very negligible kill. But yes, well done. We are going to be hopping into our ace match very soon here. Our final game of the night here in our first night of games on ESChamp. Again, tune in next week. We will have more best of 3s, 4 more best of 3s, 8 more bots going at it, and we'll have some more knockdown into the lower bracket. So yeah, we've already got Tier, SharpenedEdge, and GensiBot in our upper bracket. Moving on, and Creepmind, VeTerran, and Antibot down in the lower, and we're going to find out if Eris or Spudde will be joining, or which one they'll be joining, essentially. Oh, I think all the voting finished, right?
I would assume, yeah.
I saw something like I think it got reset or something, and some voter fraud going on.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I bet. I mean,
100% to Eris.
It's probably that Old Man Toast was rigging it.
Yeah, something like that.
He does that.
Yeah. All right. Big shout out again to our Crown Club members. Old Man Toast is one of them. But yeah, check out our Crown Club if you like extra behind the scenes content, free artwork, and you like supporting the Probot scene. But let's go ahead and hop into our final match, our rubber match here, our last ace match of the night between Spudde, our Terran bot, and Eris, our Zerg bot. Let's get into it.
Team Eris's.
Eris.
Spuds.
Spudde. All right, here we are on our final map, Oxide, to wrap things up. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. It is awesome to be back with another season of ProBots with my good friend Endersword here, as well as Drek in the background, and Laddie and Peter.
Yeah, and PB3.
PB3, our newest friend, can't forget about him.
Exactly.
ProBots 3000. Yeah, we'll hopefully we'll be seeing him in our postbots segment. It would be fun to have a little more personality in there.
Mm-hmm. Would be good.
Yeah,
would be good.
All right, what do you think's going to happen here? Obviously, a 2-base or 3-base out of Spudde, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna go. Okay, I thought Eris was gonna take that, but no, kind of scouted his own third and then moved.
Huh.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it will be weirdly. I think kind of what we saw. Eris is maybe better off not going as economic and essentially rushing towards the Spire, because the mutas just seem so effective that even though it's done on the lower economy, having them out just really paralyzes Spudde and makes it incapable of moving across.
Yeah, it keeps him at home and keeps him distracted, really buys Eris all the time he needs, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then once you've got that up, it seemed that those are really effective at then controlling the expansions, preventing those from getting up, and then eventually, breaks the back of it.
Well, let's see here. Eris is 2-base for now. It does have that pool done. Zergling speed on the way, so yeah, might be seeing a bit of that Zergling rush that we kind of saw last game. Hey, it worked. Well, in the end, it worked. Obviously, the rush attack did not work originally, but this time, I think it will do a lot better because there's a second base down here now, whereas last time there was not.
Indeed.
And there's no wall off at the big ramp. So at the very least, these Zerglings should be able to, I would imagine, force a liftoff because this will finish this command center, and there will be a bunker there actually too. So maybe not.
Immediately, they're going back.
Well,
already.
He's going back. He's grouping up and getting speed, so it'll group up and speed will kick in, and then he'll go. Yeah, see, they're just grouping.
Okay.
And zoom, here they go, ladies and gentlemen. Speed is done. Zerglings are on the way to their enemy.
Now he's got a bunker up front. But we'll
only a couple Marines though.
Yeah.
3, 4. He should have 4 Marines in there. Oh, Reaper doing a little scooting.
Now, if he gets on this, there's not many SCVs down there, so repairing this is going to be difficult.
Ooh, if he can even get up on it. No, he can't even get to it. The SCVs get denied the repair, and that will go down.
Yeah, pretty good. There's another canceled, trying to desperately put more bunkers down. That's not going to happen though.
Reaper, what are you doing? Look at that Reaper just sitting up there, staring at. He's looking at the scenery, looking over the cliff, like, wow, what a beautiful day.
He's like, I heard this was the Reaper Cliff. I am guarding the Reaper Cliff.
Oh no, he's not even gonna lift
Yeah,
it. It's just
not
gonna be
lift.
an outright kill. Finally, the Reaper hears
There
an
you go.
explosion behind him and is like, "What the hell?" and then just gets killed. The lift will go to the depots, and Spud will be set back to one base. So kind of our situation that we had last game. Only Spud has lost a lot more money this time around because of that expansion that got denied.
Most definitely, and he will drain away at him here. A tank will kind of end the aggression. Here and kind of make him back up.
Still great opening for Eris. As long as he doesn't, I'd like to see him save these Zerglings. I guess he can lose them, and it's not a huge deal.
Losing them for even those 3 additional SCVs.
Oh my god, he's gonna get in.
Good. Oh wow.
Oh no, yeah, stay on the tank. Stay on the tank. There you go.
Yeah, it's funny. He's still walled in. That's like he's in, but he's not in because the tank is walling him in.
Beautiful tank positioning. Yeah, that actually worked out really well for Spud. So Spud will hold, but just barely, and things are actually dead even at this point. So, yeah, good attack, I guess, overall. As long as you end up even and not behind, I guess we can call that a successful attack, right?
Yeah, no, I definitely think so. Especially since, like, the thing is he's got the extra hatchery. So coming out, the worker count's even, but he's got the production. So definitely he will jump ahead as he's doing now. And there's no way, obviously, that Spud can cross the map. And I think that's the biggest thing is just delaying Spud. Like, just keep him over there and whatever.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say it really feels like that slowed down Spud. So it just feels like Spud hit a brick wall while going 60 miles an hour. Now he's going to get his second base again. But this is 2.5, 3 minutes in the game. This is what you were doing. And now it's already 5.5 in. So Spud's really far behind, I think, at this point now.
Yeah, and here comes the Spire again, and that's been stunningly effective throughout this. The bunkers will come down again, but he's got to have so much in place to even defend against the harassment here. He's got to get turrets up, bunkers up. He's got to make Marines, which he doesn't really have a lot of production to do so. Like, does he only have this one bunker?
Yeah.
Or not bunker, the barracks, I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for production, just the one barracks.
Yeah, he's just got one, and like that's not going to give you enough Marines to even stop 6 mutas, let alone like chase him down and everything.
I'd like to see an armory because he's got that factory early. Why not get Thors? That would, obviously he can't adapt necessarily to every scenario like that, but for future reference against mutas, maybe a quick Thor or two.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
That's what the pros do, right?
It is what the pros do.
They see muta, they get Thor.
Yeah, they see mutas, they cut puzzle pieces however they need.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Stim is on the way, so hopefully we will. Oh, but no Marines. There we go. Marine is starting to get queued up. But yeah, just with that one barracks, Spud is really going to be hurting here as soon as Eris decides to start pumping out army. Which will be very soon here.
Yeah, it just puts them on the back foot so much. And there's the income difference, almost double it. Well, more than double it in the gas at some moments. And taking advantage. And that third base will get up and running fairly soon as well. Eris, again, clearing a bunch of paths, which is a great idea.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You want to be able to get to the... but it also clears them for Spud. Yeah,
it does. But I kind of want Spud out on the map if I'm Eris. Like, yeah,
that's true.
I don't want him on my side of the map, but I want him out on the map.
Yeah,
because it just
away from the bunkers, away from any defense turrets he might have, which I still don't think there's any up yet. Stim will finish before the mutas can get in there and find it. Thankfully, they're not even going for that. They're just going to go straight for the tanks. And actually, they are not identifying that there's Marines in the bunkers, or they just don't care because they're getting gunned down a little bit here.
Yeah, I think they kind of targeted a couple SCVs that they thought they could grab, which was the case. But obviously taking the damage and doing so. Going after the building ones here.
Yeah, the lack of anti-air is really hurting Spud right now. He does have Marines chasing this, but there's not very many, and they're having a hard time keeping up. They do throw down a stim right there, but the mutas are already on the other side of the natural mineral line. And as soon as they get down here, they can just pivot back up into the main, which, there's already mutas still there.
Yeah, and having no turrets at all means that you can do this with like 2 mutas, 3 mutas.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no problem. Like, Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to.
Well, that's all you would need to shut this down, right? Is one muta or one turret in each mineral line. Your workers are 100% safe from this type of muta play. Because they're splitting up. There's a muta here, muta there. They are starting to peel back. They're engaging the bunkers, which isn't the best choice. He is going to lose some of the mutas, but yeah, like you said, they're just buying time. They're just distracting. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map,
workers.
Yeah, oh my God! Wow, I wasn't even watching the count.
Yeah, they just went down so quick and
gutted.
Yeah, just picked apart bit by bit, and
wow.
Now he can afford. Oh, he can afford to do whatever he wants now, but he will eventually just let the mutas die over the bunkers. But as long as he takes them down, it doesn't matter.
Wow, I can't believe I doubted the mutas in the first game. They really have just turned, and I thought the muta control was really good in the first game too. Yeah. Maybe it was just like you were saying earlier, the ground army wasn't able to really be as good as the mutas and all that. But yeah, the mutas have really been the star of this series.
Yeah, exactly. The biggest thing is in order to do this, you need to be in a position to starve out Spudde and make sure that he can't replace all this. In the first game, he had like 5 command centers. Yeah. You couldn't possibly starve him out. Here, 2 bases, you can. So
2 bases and 1 worker. What are you supposed to do, Undersword?
I know.
What do you even do?
I know. Which base do I bring the minerals to? Who knows?
Big decisions.
Who knows?
Yeah, he's got those mules working overtime, but it won't be enough here. Eris at 41 army supply to 12, 85 workers to 2. And Creep is starting to take over the map, and we will have our final upper bracket bot moving on. Eris will go on to face Gensi bot.
Yep.
In the winter bracket, but that will be a few weeks from now. In 2 weeks from now, we will see our lower bracket. We'll see Spudde going up against potentially no one if Antibot doesn't get fixed.
Antibot. Yeah, exactly. That may be a buy. You got the Manor-nitis here.
Yeah. All right. Well, awesome stuff tonight. Yeah, the mutas really did shine in this last series, even though in first game they didn't quite work out. All in all, they did seal the deal, and that's it. That is our first round of games, Endersword.
That's it. If Eris wins this entire tournament, I'm declaring it a planet.
Fair enough. I like that plan.
Yeah.
I saw that was some good stuff. It definitely will have its money or its challenge next week. Gensi Bot's going to give him a run for his money.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of Terrans that would that are not going to move their army in a big pack and chase every muta down.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that will obviously make a lot of Vikings keep them in the middle and just pick that apart. So it depends, but it may adapt to that. Like we saw what it did against this. You give it something else, it may do something else. So who knows?
Is that we only have 2 Zerg in our tournament this season? If I'm seeing this correctly.
I think so.
Yeah, Creepmind and Eris. Interesting. All right, so good. Well, we've got some good, strong Zerg representation. Even Creepmind giving us a good show. Taking a game off a tier, not easy. Yeah, so we do have some strong Zergs in our tournament. Obviously, we have some strong Terrans, and we've even got a few strong Protoss. We just have some awesome bots this season. Yeah, this is a great lineup. Let's go ahead and take a look at our big bracket one more time for the night here. Again, this is our 16 bots that have qualified for the tournament. We did our first 8 tonight. Next week will be the bottom bracket there, the bottom round of the bracket. So we're going to see Micro Machine versus Prism Beams, Sharkbot versus Additional Pylons, Ketrock versus Benbot. Now, I've heard some fun things. Ketrock has been working on his BM strategies. So we're gonna see some sassy bot action potentially.
Love it.
I'm excited for. Hey, you got to have a little BM. It's one step closer to being human, right?
Exactly.
Let me throw that BM in. And then Straylock versus Mixed Breed. So, yeah, some new. Oh, that is, so that will be corrected. I do believe it is Dominion Dog. That is Fidelina's Mixed Breed, but that Mixed Breed was the one that qualified on ladder. However, Dominion Dog was the one submitted. So whichever bot qualifies just qualifies the author, and then that author can choose, because some of these authors have multiple bots. They can choose which bot they want to use. So we'll be seeing Dominion. There we go. As I'm saying, it gets updated. So Straylock versus Dominion Dog to wrap things up. So again, bookmark us, hit the little follow button, the little bell icon. Be here next week. We've got 4 more best of 3s, 8 more bots going at it, and it's going to be an awesome, good time. Are you excited for it?
I'm
excited for it.
I think this is going to be a good one. I mean, I think they're all good ones. They just get better and better. And yeah, good to see new faces. I think this is the most new faces we've had in quite a while.
I think so. I think you're right in that. We've
It's
got
usually
5
been like
new bots,
one
I
or
think.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually been 1 or 2. And
2,
yeah, this
3,
is a good turnover.
Yeah, like 5 new bots. Good to see. Awesome. Well, thank you to all our bot authors. Congratulations to everyone that did qualify for season 2 of ProBots here. We're very excited to see what you all have coming up in the weeks to come. Again, these bots will be updated periodically throughout the tournament. So we'll see some new strategies, maybe some snipes. I know that's everybody's favorite is when they get sniped.
Of course. People love
it. Be here next week. Hopefully we'll see more of our new friend Probot 3000, our new AI joining us on stream. But yeah, let's go ahead and do one more Crown Club member shout out. Again, check out our Crown Club for extra behind the scenes content, for free artwork. Our artwork for the season is available to all of you, as well as an ad-free viewing experience. All that goes a long way to help support us in future seasons of ProBots. And we're every season, we're trying to make this better and more interesting and more fun to watch for both all the viewers and for the bot authors. We're trying to keep it fun and trying to make it more fun every season for them to compete, with our bots versus humans, always a big highlight as well. Hopefully we can add some new stuff to that, some new flair, but yeah, that's it. Anything you want to say to our beautiful fans, Endersword?
I mean, thanks for coming on out and thanks for continuing to support. We've got, a small but dedicated audience. And if you're someone out there watching kind of the YouTube videos later, we get like 50 times more people end up watching the videos after the fact. Try and catch us live sometime and kind of enjoy it with the rest of the fans. And if you get a chance, it's, every Thursday at 7:30 approximately p.m. So
none of you need sleep. So we know all of you are in the EU already, and you can just not sleep on Thursday. All right.
Exactly.
Sacrifices must be made. That's it. We're done here. Yeah. Big shout out to our production as well. Drekken, Laddie, and Fetzer in the background, keeping things running. Make sure you send them some love. And we'll see you all next week as we delve into the next round of our bracket here on season 2 of ProBots 2021. I am Andy Man. That's Endersword. Oh, he's that way. And we'll see you guys next week. Check out his stream as well. He's been doing some fun streams on Twitch. If you like some just chatting content and stuff. But yeah, that's it. Bye everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time here on ESChamp.
Do shout out.
And do a shout out, and then we're gonna end. So stick around for the shout out, and then you can leave. Bye everybody.